Yo, we are back. Victory Sunday.
I ain't about that. I don't know
Big
about
Victory
that.
Sunday, partner.
I don't know nothing about that.
We are back.
I don't know nothing about that. Just trash week for me this week.
Yeah.
Trash week for me
Tough
this week.
toes in their last.
I ain't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Finals last, a tough one against the Titans. It should have never been a contest how they were playing in the first half, or in the first quarter, I should say. But Jimmy had a
I mean,
bad game.
Are you shut them out in the first half? It was what 10-0 in the first half.
Should have been 24 nothing.
Yeah.
Um, Jimmy had a bad game, and then the rest of the team just followed.
Right.
So just a bad overall performance by the 49ers against I mean, AJ Brown killed us, you know, and I think the coach did a good job of exploiting our rookie corner with AJ Brown.
Right.
I still, going for the past couple of weeks, I still been complaining about D'Amico Ryans leaving the rookie out there on an island by himself
Not
against
even
these
safety help. Yeah.
against these top notch receivers,
Right.
and 100 and something yards, just destroying us, converting on third down straight, giving Tannehill a chance, every chance, and
Right.
then our offense wasn't helping ourselves. A lot of third down and long two going through, trying to get back. Jimmy throwing two picks that were really his fault. Just the running game couldn't get going like how we wanted it to get going. And it's just one of them games, just like when we play in Seattle, it's just one of them games that we just linger, and then we get beat. The good thing is that in the stat records, whenever we lose a game, Jimmy to win
Next
3-4 games after that before he lose another game. So I'd rather him lose now. We got the Houston Texans next, who look really good this week in beating the Chargers. So got me a little worried against them because again, we're going in with our
Well, they right now they're playing spoiler. So they're looking to play some games and try to show some talent on tape, just in case if there's some of those players are free agents next year, stuff like that. So they're gonna try to play the game as well. So and for them to watch out the Chargers, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, right now, I had my vote in. So when we do the show on Tuesday, I'll have my vote in that the 49ers is the stinker of the joint. But right now, I think the Chargers take the front runner.
Whoa.
I think the Chargers take the front runner for that one because Chargers should have never got beat by the Texans.
By what 20, what 18 points or some shit like that.
that.
18, 20 point.
So
That was a knockout for the
Use a
Houston
play-
Texans.
use a
I mean,
playoff. Use a playoff team. You are more. Use a playoff team. You get
Yeah,
beat.
from
You
and
get
I
beat.
think that
Right?
that probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That knock them out the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now they're 8-7. They were 8-6.
Wow. And
Right now they're 8-7. They knock them out the playoffs.
Wow. That's big.
So
That's big. And that's a blow to them. You know what I'm saying? If that,
Yeah,
if
that's a
that
big
game
blow.
if
That's
that
a
game really
big
knocked them out
blow.
of the playoffs, that's a big blow to them.
That's a big blow.
I really would like to see them in the playoffs.
Yeah, but the Tennessee Titans, man, they're a well coached team, man. Mike Vrabel he's a good head coach. He's a good head coach for that team and for the NFL as well. He's a solid head coach. He knows the strengths and weaknesses of his team, and he knows to attack the weaknesses of other teams. Allah, his protege and also head coach Bill Belichick. The
Yep.
coach is the same way. That's the type of head coach I would like to have. I have a good head coach so far, Nick Sirianni. But I know if he's as good as Mike Vrabel. Right now, Mike Vrabel is one of the top head coaches in the NFL right now.
Boy, you correct, boy. They outside looking in.
Yeah,
They're
the
the eighth,
outside.
the eighth seed right now.
Yeah,
And Raiders win today.
right,
So the 8 and 9. But the two of them got the same record, but the Chargers got a tiebreaker.
right. So
That's
we'll see.
that's
But tough shot coming on.
that's trouble. But KZ, the Eagles in the playoffs. In the
Yeah,
playoffs. The
man,
number
the Eagles are the seventh seed in the playoffs.
in
I
the seventh
mean,
seed, father.
I wasn't looking for them to make the playoffs, but if they do make it, I mean, I would like to see how well does Jalen Hurts do in the playoffs. Is he
Hey,
capable of, I mean, not
look
really
here now.
winning a game, but showing me something.
Look here now. The experience.
The experience exactly.
Listen
But
to the experience.
but like I said before, I need to see more from Jalen Hurts. In this game against the Giants, he was sloppy in the first half, and he was good in the second half. He was really good in the second half. I mean, he missed a few throws in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
He honored through Devante Smith, who was able to come back for the ball. That boy is a beast. Straight out the bat, that boy is a beast. He was able to come back for the ball and snag it out of the air and get a good. I think it was a good 50-yard completion or something like that. But again, Jalen Home and his arm strength, because Devante Smith had his defender beat by a yard or two. So if Jalen Hurts was able to just put that ball over his head, it was a touchdown right there. But the fact that he doesn't, it's like, I guess he doesn't have that arm strength, so he has to throw with anticipation. He has to throw that ball before the receiver gets open. If he does that, he has to do like Dak is the same way. Dak
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have a strong arm, but he's very accurate and he throws with anticipation. He knows where to put that ball. So that's what Jalen Hurts needs to do and needs to learn if he wants to be a good quarterback and a franchise quarterback. Nick Sirianni got away from the run game early in the first half, in the first quarter, but he was able to adjust in the second half and use a run game to his advantage. And what do you call it? Walk after that with Jalen Hurts and Devante Smith in Dallas Garden and those other pass catchers. The defensive coordinator, I still don't understand why he doesn't bring pressure on these second string quarterbacks. You playing against Jake Fromm, who hasn't played football in maybe what 2 years? I mean, when are you gonna actually starting to bring pressure on this quarterback? Just you can't always have your front four try to bring pressure all the time. It's not gonna happen. Them guys on the offensive line are getting paid to play football as well. You have to bring pressure sometimes. Last week when we played and last this week self on Tuesday when we played what you call it, Washington. Same thing. Gilbert playing, he waited until late in the second half to bring pressure.
I think he claimed he game plan. When he
Yeah,
game
but
plan, he ain't walk in. Right. When he ain't walk
that
in.
game plan, but it's too late. You see, this is the reason why. If you look at a lot of the stats, this is the reason why the good quarterbacks destroy the Eagles defense. All the good
Jake Fromm,
quarterbacks that played,
Jake
all the good
Fromm,
quarter,
he
huh?
played. I mean, his stats was trash.
Right? Cause he's a suckish quarterback.
What happened to Glennon? Did Glennon get injured?
No, Glennon was out the game. Cause Glennon was horrible the past few games. He was out. Then after
But you say he played some of this game
he,
though.
he played some of this game because
Right.
Jake Fromm was trash as well. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so he
Like,
came in the end then.
right, exactly. So we should have dominated that game from start to finish on defense.
But your defensive game wasn't pretty bad. But I guess it's all happening in the second
Right,
half
exactly.
because
That's
I
the second
mean
half.
the
Because
two the two quarterbacks combined he had over 150 yards.
right. So I mean, I was expecting much more of a defensive dominance against Jake Fromm and what you call it with Jonathan
Glennon.
Gannon
Hmm.
and Glennon. You know what I mean? I mean, Fletcher Cox had some good pass rush plays, good run stops. He's a great run stopper. Darius Slay still playing elite football. He almost had an interception, but he said the sun got in his eyes and he dropped it. But still playing elite football. He's in the Pro Bowl. Congratulate him. The offensive line playing great football as well. Um, Jason Kelsey dominant again at age 34, playing at an all pro level in a Pro Bowl as well. congratulate to him again. Um, Lane Johnson, he got his first touchdown in the NFL. I think a play action pass to the right tackle. He got a touchdown. It was some good play calling in the second half, some good offensive play calling. And I don't think that right now. I don't think Nick Sirianni actually is calling plays right now. He realized he can't do everything on the field. That's what a lot of things with some of these head coaches. You can't try to manage a game, still call plays, and try to figure things out. You know what I mean? So I don't think that he's actually calling plays right now. I think our offensive coordinator is calling plays, and Nick Sirianni right now is just looking at the game and managing the game.
That's the right thing, or you think that's
Yeah,
the wrong
right.
thing?
I I like him. I like Nick Sirianni because even when he goes up to the podium, he actually gives you information and insight on what happened in the game. You know what I mean? And he made a comment about Devontae Smith, how great he is when he catches a ball and has good concentration in toe tapping and stuff like that. The dude made a catch where he just was. It was a. I mean, I don't only elite receivers make that type of catch.
Devante?
Yeah, Devontae Smith, a sweet toe drag catch, hold on to the ball, everything went down to the floor. I mean, that dude is an elite receiver, and I'm happy we finally have a solid elite receiver. But we shall see. I mean, it was a good game. Jalen Hurts played, like I said before, he played great in the second half. But like I said before, again, I want to see him play good all 4 quarters, not just not good in the first half. I mean, good in the first half, a bad in the second half, a good in bad in the first half, a good in the second half. I want to see a good all around game.
Hmm.
Same thing for the defense. I want to see Jonathan Gannon give me some, show me something else, man. Be more aggressive. Stop being so passive on defense. Another thing, Avante Maddox is playing good football as a slot corner. He's playing real good football too. And the linebackers didn't play too bad. The linebackers play good football. What's his name? Had a pick six. Singletary had a pick. No, Singleton had a pick six. Um,
King had a McLeod had a pick too.
Rodney McLeod had a pick. That was pressure on a quarterback from Milton Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Darius, he almost had one.
Yeah, you see he thought with a song
Right.
here.
So,
Yeah,
like
two
I said,
sacks. Yeah, two
so
sacks.
sometimes you have to bring pressure.
I mean, to me, it looks like on the stat board, it looks like it was a very dominant defensive game
Yeah,
against the Giants.
after a while, Fletcher Cox and Josh Sweat and Javon Hargrave took over the game for a little bit in that
You
second
know,
half.
from start the game, right?
Right from start of the game.
So from actually 6 or 17, 25 yards, one interception, two sacks.
Right,
And then Glennon came in 17 for 27, 93 yards, one touchdown, one interception.
right.
I think that's a dominant game.
It was a good
Rushing
game.
yards, Saquon only had 32 yards, Booker only had 27. I mean,
They were they were good in running, but that's because the Giants' offensive line is trash. It's horrible.
and the
So
receivers ain't do
we
nothing.
should
No
we
receiver
should
had over
yeah
30 yards receiving.
right.
So that I mean, that's a very dominant defensive game. I think it probably didn't look so in the first
It didn't look so
half.
hard because
Right.
it was just taking it here, taking it there, and just hoping that Jake Fromm make a mistake and get off the field. That was
Right.
it. You know what I mean? There was no dominant a team like that. You should have shut out. It's supposed to be what I think. What the score was 38, 36, or 35-3.
Yeah.
They shouldn't even score a field goal. Should be doing a complete shutout. Blitz and bring pressure. That's what I want to see. Because when if we do happen to make the playoffs, we're not gonna be playing no we won't be playing no Jake from Mike Glennon and Gilbert, you know. We're gonna be
No,
playing elite quarterbacks, you know.
you come in at a 7 seed, you playing number two.
Right.
Number two
And
right
right
now.
now the Eagles record against elite quarterbacks is horrible.
Number two right now would be the Rams.
Right? All the elite quarterbacks that the Eagles played, the passer rating was 95.5. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
95.5. That's about what 158.6 passer rating. That's a perfect passer rating you can see. You can't go into playoffs playing like that or calling plays like that. You have to be aggressive at some point. Yeah, you have a dominant defensive front, but you have you have a really good cornerback in Slade, a good slot corner in Maddox, a decent corner in Nelson, and some good safeties. Bring some blitz. Bring pressure.
All right.
So the
I want to go back to Thursday night. I want to go back to Thursday night. I want to ask the panel a question, right? Because everybody blamed Jimmy, right? Jimmy had a bad game,
right.
which to me wasn't really that bad, but it was a bad game. He made some bad decisions. He might have cost us the game because the score was 17-20. Maybe it'd been better if we had got blown out. But Jimmy stats 26 to 35, 322 yards, one touchdown, two interceptions, two sacks. That's okay. He had two picks. He's threw over 200, 300 yards.
Yeah, but the two picks is probably what defined that game.
Maybe,
Maybe if he had one, you
maybe,
know what I mean. And it
yeah,
depends on
maybe.
it also depends on the field position too as well. Because you can say if he threw a pick in closer
He threw a pick. He
into
threw
their
a
red
pick
zone
right.
into
Yeah,
your area, you
he
know what I
did.
mean?
He did.
Then
He threw a pick right there, and that
that's easy scores.
it wasn't in the red zone, but it was in there
Right,
on their field of play, on our
right,
field, right?
exactly.
And our
So
defense
right,
stop them and turn them back. The
right,
problem is that if you watch that whole game, and I'm taking no slack off of Jimmy, right? Jimmy had a
right,
bad game. If he had a better game, we'd have win the game. He did not play up to how he was playing for the last five games. And yes, he was a quarterback. Yes, he's gonna get the blame. My problem is that you can't just look at that game and say chop off Jimmy head.
nah, you also gotta look at the defense with
You gotta look at the defense. You gotta look
yeah,
at everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like we had the penalties on the offensive line put us in third down and long. So if you put a quarterback in third down and long, what do you think that happen most of the time? He try to pick up these long yards. He had try to pick most of the time. No,
yeah,
granted, that
exactly.
wasn't the case. Jimmy threw them picks blind. When he fought completely.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you put yourself in their positions, you're gonna do that. My thing is though, why is Jimmy Garoppolo on such a high pedestal? Why everybody acting like Jimmy Garoppolo is a first round pick, top 10 first round pick? Why when he have a bad game, Jimmy G this, Jimmy G that, Jimmy D, he's a problem, he's this, he's that. You know what I'm saying? Why?
That's what happens when
Stafford
you
had a
start.
bad game today, KG.
Yeah.
Stafford had a bad game. The Rams still won, but Stafford had a bad game. If the Rams had lose, nobody was going after Stafford like how they go after
That's
KG.
see the difference is the fan base. See,
The media too.
the Rams, the mediums are such,
The
such
media too.
assholes.
The media, boy, as soon as we lose that game, six headlines. Jimmy G blows the lead. Jimmy G this. Jimmy G that. You never see not Russell Wilson had a whole bad year. I say Russell Wilson had a bad year. Whole complete bad year. Ben
Right.
Roethlisberger, trash. I don't see no headline talking about getting rid of Ben Roethlisberger. And it killed me because you talking about Jimmy G ain't no first round pick. Jimmy G was a backup most of his career. The first time he really started any games was with us. When he actually the name I started with us. And it's like he got a winning record. He got one of the best QBRs around. He holding
Right.
some better. He probably looking better on the stat sheet for a lot of quarterbacks right now than any other quarterback. But still, when he have a bad game, like he is not allowed to have a bad game. Tom Brady had a bad game, stick on the joint against the Saints.
Saints
Nobody
was
even
yeah.
blink at that, Casey. Nobody even blink at it. Nobody blink at it, street. I can't see her eyes because you're there incognito. Nobody blink at it. But Jimmy G have one bad game, and we will talk about Jimmy G all week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, I think it's unfair to Jimmy G. When your quarterback have a bad game, you look for the other team members to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we lost that game. We still in the playoff picture. We ain't move, we ain't lose a spot, we ain't gain a spot, but we still in playoff picture. We still number 6. We got the Texans next, then we got the Rams. Again, that's you. We own the Rams. That's me thing. I think if we were playing the Rams today, we'd have beat the Rams or they play against the Vikings. Stafford cannot afford to throw 3 picks against us playing against them. The Texans, I was marking that game off. I'm a little worried about how they play today.
Yeah, how they played
And
against
what
the
they do,
Chargers.
they look
They
like
were
they
they
playing
dominated the
upset. Like
Chargers.
you say, they're
Yeah,
playing upset
they're
kings
playing
right now.
upset right now.
And if we lose another game, looking at the playoff picture, it's gonna be tough. We may get bounced right up because who you are next, KG?
We got Washington next. Washington looking for revenge.
You
That's
see?
gonna be a big game again.
Okay, no. We wouldn't get bounced out
Right,
because all the other teams 7-7, 7-8,
right.
7-8. So we wouldn't get bounced out. We dropped the 8-8. The Saints might jump us because they would move to 8 and 7, so they might move into the 7th seed. So we still got a way if we think. You know what I'm saying?
But I know the Saints because the Saints we won the tiebreaker against the Saints.
Yeah, but we ain't never played them,
Oh, oh, oh.
so they would jump us, or they would at least. Oh
Well,
well, they had the same record. They wouldn't jump us. Well, if we lose, they would jump us, and if they win, if we lose and
yeah,
they win, they would jump us. They play this week.
yeah,
They're
the
playing Monday night.
Dolphins. Yeah, they're playing the Dolphins.
Oh, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose.
Right.
They're gonna
So
lose. They play the third string rookie quarterback. They're gonna lose that game. They're gonna lose that game. Um, I still think we. I mean, we still Mosley ain't playing. I need to look up what going on with Mosley because I don't understand why he out so long. Elijah Mitchell could have played, but it was a short week, so they may leave him
we ain't
play.
playing right. Yeah.
Right? When we get back Elijah Mitchell, you know what I'm saying? I think we can get back into our rhythm again, open that back up again. Jimmy G get his head in thing. You know, he allowed one back. To me, a quarterback, okay, he had a bad game. That's it. We good. No panic, but we the panic. Our fan base of panic so bad. That's ridiculous, man.
That's most fan bases.
Ridiculous. But no, I really hope that Trey Lance pan out. And I think the only reason why Jimmy under so much fire is because we draft trade for Trey Lance.
Right.
For me, you got a conversation, and I tell you what
Mhm.
my dream scenario would be. Aaron Rodgers is come off if Green Bay don't sign back Aaron Rodgers next year, and we try to play for Aaron Rodgers. Let go Jimmy G, save us $24.9 million in cap. We grab Aaron Rodgers and sign him to a 3-year deal and leave Trey Lance sit under Aaron Rodgers for 3 years. When we let go Aaron Rodgers after he contract, here comes Trey Lance, who done learn from Jimmy G, who learned from Aaron Rodgers. And how old will he be? 24.
That's
We
true.
have a 24-year-old, 4-year vet coming out to take over the him. Probably can have 3 championships if Aaron Rodgers come on the team. But that's my
Yeah, that's a possibility.
you know
But I
that's
think
that's
that I
that's what
think
if
that'll be up to ownership too as well. Because I think with the fact that you put so much draft capital into Trey Lance, they might be looking to start Trey Lance next year. Better know than
it can still pan out though.
it all depends on the
You know,
GM and
it can still pan out, right? Because
yeah,
remember Deshaun was the same thing. Maybe if we had swing that way for Deshaun too, we had to give up that much too,
right,
right? So, but if Aaron Rodgers is on the table, don't you go and
right.
jump at it? Wouldn't you go jump at it?
Yeah,
If
they
you
try to
still
make a push.
right,
If my defense, if we could somehow get some solid linebackers, and we could hold Slay and Maddox and sign a few free agents and stay solid, and our offensive line stays the same, I'll take a chance at Aaron Rodgers if we can. I'll
I,
take a chance at Aaron Rodgers if we can.
I think anybody would. It's where he gonna want to play, but I think
The
anybody
way he
would.
want to play. But our offensive line is really good. I think any quarterback would love to play with our offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
We have good skill position players, minus Jalen Rager, until maybe he might show us something next year. I don't know. Devontae Smith is good, is elite. Quez Watkins is coming into his own. He's playing good football as well. He's becoming a much better route runner. He's a good pass catcher, and he's a great deep threat. So
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Goddard right now is showing that he can be in the top echelon of tight ends coming. So I mean, you have a good squad right there. It's just to somehow what you call it, think a quarterback and sweet talk him a little bit and see if he'll come to your team.
My thing
But
too is how
Aaron Rodgers ain't coming to the Eagles though. He probably might go to Denver or something.
like I said again, John Lynch should be right name telling come on home. Come on end your career home. Come end your career in Cali. You know that's where you had to be. I was not, if I was John Lynch, I'd be like, I wasn't the GM at the time. If I was the GM, I'd have picked you.
Right.
Because he better. He better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Because
yeah, that's just
Denver is a sweet landing spot for
Denver
any
is a sweet
quarterback
land.
right now. A sweet landing spot.
If I were Denver, I'd
Perfect
have been
landing spot.
right. If I were Denver, I'd have put in my
I
my,
hope
my chips.
I give me a blank
Deshaun,
check.
Aaron
I give
Rodgers,
Rodgers a
yeah.
blank check. A blank check right now.
You know,
Tell me what you want. Cause you get if they get Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl contender, right there and then.
yeah. And I think that would be a beautiful
Right there
matchup.
then. Super
The
Bowl
Chiefs
contender
or
right there. There.
Denver. I think Denver will get them because Denver has a better
Denver, you
defense.
come because those cornerbacks will be a year older
Yep.
and much better too.
So
You will have Jerry Judy, you will have KJ Hamler back, you will
right.
have Cortland Sutton, you have elite pass catchers. The Chiefs don't have the cornerbacks to keep up with those pass catchers if they
Nope.
have elite quarterback.
Nope. And
So
The Chiefs gonna have to start letting some of the people go they have.
right.
They spend too much money. They spend too much money.
So
Terry Hill.
but Terry can lock up though. He lock up for some time. He lock up. Kelsey lock up for some time. And even if Kelsey ain't going he might come back on a
About
veteran minimum if he do leave. Mahomes
Frank
lock up.
Clark, Chris Jones, and them.
Chris Jones lock up for some time.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Frank Clark ain't lock
Patrick
up.
Mahomes lock up for some time. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
know
about
Pat
Pat.
Mahomes. Matthew ain't
Um,
lock up.
right. But they got the offensive line playing. They got good offensive line because that center there, the rookie center they have right now, he's the best center in the NFL.
But they pick up some center. They got some old center, some old linemen too. Because remember they pick up a
Yeah,
lot of
I think
people out
I
of the free
forget who else they
agency.
got there.
Yeah, pick up a lot of
But
people out of free agency. But we'll see. We'll see. But I thought the Chargers would have been the team to go up there and sit them. How the way Talbot was playing, how the way the team had looked. But the Chargers went out there and stink up the joint today.
how you play is how you play down the stretch.
Yeah,
And how you
stink up the
start is how
joint.
you finish.
Stink up the joint
Right
against
now,
the
they ain't
Texans.
finishing good at all.
Outside the playoffs looking in.
Right.
With the Raiders a chance to get in. That's crazy. That's crazy.
So what about these Carolina Panthers? He came in here quiet,
He, he said what since he said nothing
no
since he
garbage
get
can, no
no
paper
garbage
bag,
can, no feel like
but just
nothing.
silent.
I'm just here. I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's all it is. I'm just here so I don't get fined. It's nothing to
So
talk about in Carolina.
partner, a headline came off my phone and see the Buccaneers put the brakes on the Panthers.
I got one response today. We just winning that top 5 draft pick. That's how we winning around here.
And
It's nothing much.
who would you want with that top 5 draft pick?
But we're gonna have to take one of those linemen because if you guys had ever seen the game today, it looked like when Donald said hot.
Right.
It almost looked like a Madden video game that everyone they could have erased the lineman because everybody was done on the ground. They were done on the carpet.
Right.
Remember in the NFL, certain GMs, which I think are the best GMs, you know what they do? They'll tell you grown men allows you to compete. You cannot win the game if you don't control the line
Mm-hmm.
on both sides of the game. If you can't control the line on the offensive side and you can't control the line on the defensive side, you're gonna lose the game. The Panthers don't control the line on no side. We are gonna lose the game. You gotta control this. You gotta control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. If you cannot do that, you cannot win a football game. And the Panthers are a perfect example of cannot control the line of scrimmage on no side of the ball because we don't have grown men playing. We got a bunch of high school players playing, and we can't control the line of scrimmage. You watch every team. Remember, we were watching the Chiefs today. You guys just talk
Mm-hmm.
about the Chiefs and the linemen. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
two out of the 5 Chiefs linemen are rookies? And do you know both of them are in the top 5 according to PFF? Creed
Mm-hmm.
Humphreys is ranked number 1 center in the
That's
NFL.
just yep.
Creed
Indeed.
Humphrey, a 4th round pick that we could have had, is ranked number
When
1
you
in the
have that,
NFL.
that's a good foundation to have. Because the center is your quarterback of your offensive line. So once you have that,
Exactly.
you solid.
Trey Smith, a 6th round pick from Tennessee, is ranked top 6 or
Mm-hmm.
7.
But he a tackle.
God,
A
6th
guard.
round pick. The Chiefs went and gave up the 1st round pick for Orlando Brown, a 26-year-old All Pro left tackle.
But
So,
Andy Reid is good at drafting offensive line because he drafted Jason Kelsey and he
so
traded
remember,
for Jason Peters. So
when you guys talk about the Chiefs, I agree with a lot of stuff you say, but they control the line of scrimmage. Look at both lines. You got Frank Clark, you got
mhm.
Melvin Ingram, sorry.
Lee
You
Ingram and you
got
got Chris Jones.
and they got Chris Jones. They
Mm-hmm.
control the line and they got good depth pieces as well. On the
Mm-hmm.
offensive side of the line, you saw what they did. What happened last year in the Super Bowl? They got abused on the line. They got abused on that line of
Yeah,
scrimmage,
Mahomes
and
was
Mahomes
under a lot of
got
pressure in the
pressured too
football.
much time. So you know what they did? Their main order for the entire off season, rebuild the line. Rebuild the line. They drafted two people. They traded for All Pro um, Orlando Brown. They got rid of Eric Fisher, Schwartz, all those guys. And now you see what happened? The
Hmm.
line, it took them a while because at first they didn't have any kind of
But they have
real
the cohesion,
chemistry.
the
Right.
chemistry and cohesion, right?
Now look what happened now. Everything clicking in. When we look at everything that clicking, they dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides.
Time out. Time
Good
out.
teams.
Time out.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Trayvon Diggs just pick off the
I
Redskins just
saw it.
now.
I just watch it. Yeah.
He is now tied for the most interceptions in a single season
Wait,
with
with
11.
Dion?
No, some dude from 1981.
Well, it was a
11.
bad. Heineken
No,
to the ball good.
it don't matter what it was. It was a pick. 11. He got
Yeah,
11.
but
That's a sick. That's a sick dude.
Yeah,
That
that's a
is a
sick
sick.
dude.
That's
well,
a
he
sick dude.
had he had like five of them from Carolina games, so I don't really count it. I don't count it. He had most of 10 of them from the Carolina game, so we don't count. But
All
back
right,
to what I
Father.
was
Fan,
saying.
Go ahead, Father.
fan,
Back
they
to what
get
I was
me.
saying.
Go ahead, Father. Go ahead. Go
Back
ahead.
to what I was saying. If you look at all the good teams, the line of scrimmage controls the game for them. You know why? You know why? The Cardinals are faltering now. We look and say Hopkins, which is true. But we watch the game. We all of us were here on Christmas Day. By the way, all our viewers, hope you guys enjoyed a very good. They had a very good Christmas Day. We sure did. We watched some football. We had some drinks.
Hmm.
I unfortunately went to sleep early. I was sleepy, but we wish you guys a Merry Christmas when you guys watch our show and a Happy New Year when it comes.
Yep.
With that being
Happy
said,
holidays.
we watched the Cardinals game. A lot of times they moved Kyler Murray out the pocket. The line doesn't hold up for Kyler Murray. And what's Kyler Murray instinct? Trophy back foot, trophy back foot, trophy back
This
foot.
disgusting.
Right.
Disgusting.
Now, whether or not he likes to do it or he forced to do it, the line of scrimmage is not holding up for him, and they are abusing him that way. The difference is good teams, they know how to control. Remember we talk about the Buccaneers. The Saints just shut them out. We just talked about this. And we said no Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans, no Leonard Fournette. That's 60% of the offense there. I
Right.
watched it there. 60%. So all the Panthers really got to do is go there and shut down Antonio
Gronk.
Brown. Gronk, you could play a linebacker safety over him
Right.
and shadow cover Antonio Brown. They got nobody else. Now, some Jack Vaughn who don't play started running the ball like he's an all pro running back. Ronald Jones just started running like he's a, and it was it's so sad that to watch a team that you had a bunch of nobodies just cut. But one thing the reason I said the Panthers would lose, and I don't like to say it, but the reason I said it is because none of the Patriots injuries were on the line of scrimmage. Not the Patriots, sorry. None of the Buccaneers injuries were on the line of scrimmage.
Right.
They had their full offensive lineman. They had their full defensive liner except Shaq
Hmm.
Barrett. You know what they did? They controlled the line on offense. They were able to run the ball effectively by mean mugging everybody. The defensive line, what happened? 7 sacks against the Panthers
Mm.
because we got a bunch of pinatas out there. Them like a pinata. You'd say hot, they
That's a
fly in
dominant
the air.
performance.
They fly in the air like a pinata. And I don't even want to bash Cam or Sam Donald, but they had no chance to throw the ball. If we go and watch the highlights, no. By the time you say hot, if you watch it, it was a shit show altogether. It was horrendous watching it. The only good thing came out of that was that the Bills won tonight, which means we got the number 6 pick right now. That was the only good thing.
Why we on that? Hold it right there. Hold your thought right there. Why are we there? We talked about why you be drafted on the with that 6th pick, right? And you said offensive lineman. Right now, one of the mock draft, CBS mock draft is saying y'all go with Evan Neal, offensive
Mm-hmm.
lineman from
Mm-hmm.
Alabama,
Hmm.
6'7", 350 pounds.
And that would be
Yep.
a good draft pick.
That would be a very good draft.
Good draft
Look,
pick.
in an ideal world, because we don't have a second and third, I would like to get the number 5 or 4, and trade down a few spots. not out of the top 10. Somebody gonna take the beat. I would like to trade down just a few spots to acquire a second or third round pick,
Right.
and then
And then
still draft
still
a
draft a
lineman.
lineman.
Even
Yeah.
if you don't get Evan Neal or the fellow Ikenyo from North Carolina State, you could get Tyler Lindbaum. They said Tyler Lindbaum was the best center prospect come out in the last 20 years.
He got big
The
guy.
guy,
He
the
going
guy
the
from
Giants gonna
Iowa.
take the
No,
Giants gonna
no,
take him.
no. They're going with the other one, Charles Cross or Ikenyo. They ain't gonna go with Lindbaum.
They say,
But
okay,
if
you
we
ain't
could trade,
okay.
if we can trade back
Mm.
and get an extra pick, like an extra second or third. 'Cause right now we don't got a second or third,
You
and I
said
do
not third
believe
round
it.
pick.
I think they're actually gonna trade McCaffrey for a second or third this year, but we'll wait to see. But in my ideal world, I would like to trade back. But if we can trade back, and I see anything else outside of our offensive lineman, I go and add a Vikings jersey, and I can watch the Vikings play
Don't let the
because
Giants. Don't let the Giants now, no. Need offensive linemen and draft a bunch of defensive players.
listen, if you watch any Carolina Panthers highlights, you can always blame. You know, the most scrutinized position is the quarterback. 'Cause they touch the ball all the time.
Hmm.
Yep.
If
I
you watch
know.
if you watch the Carolina Panthers, you would honestly agree that the most scrutinized position there is the entire offensive line. If you watch it, it's so bad. A simple stunt route, passes ain't picking up. There's no communication. They had a guy black for 2 seconds, and then he moved away from the lineman. He moved away from the defensive lineman, had his hands out like he looked like a generic computer person on Madden. You know in Madden when you go, you say hot, nobody come on your side, you just there stand up like this.
Yep.
He
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
just like that. That's how bad our lineman is.
I got
And
I have to watch your highlights. I have to
you got
watch. I
watch the
got watch it.
Buccaneers, watch the same game from today, and you can see how horrible the line was. That's how bad it is. If we could pull it up
If
here,
they had, I believe him because
just say
if the Buccaneers had 7 sacks, that was horrible offensive line play for your
let's see if we could
for the team
just
to have
pop it up
seven
on
sacks.
this. Pop it up on the thing, and
Mm.
let's just go through the highlights here. Just watch it.
No, they're gonna be too long.
No man, it'll get 10 minutes. We could trust me. It worth it.
I
It
watch it
worth
on
it.
YouTube. No, I can watch it on
Just
YouTube.
watch it.
I can watch it
Well,
on YouTube.
okay, okay. As a matter of fact, go into the second half. 'Cause it started getting even worse from the second half. Let's go to the second half.
I think
Go
you.
to
I
the
think you.
second half.
I think if you could get into the R 22, you probably could speed up a
Yeah,
little bit.
because you just need to go into the from the second half, not even the first half, the second half. And right now is a shit show. And then the old idiot Matt Rule, the idiot and Matt Rule come on the press conference and say, like I keep telling the team, it took Jay Z 7 years to get where he is. So apparently Matt Rule wants 7 years to build the Panthers.
No,
Well,
no, no.
my
That too
God.
long. Not right now.
Well, but
Nuh-uh.
I would have, if I was David Tepper, I would have come on a press conference and just say a 4 year after saying some
No,
nonsense
no,
like
no.
that.
7 years. No, 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 no.
Matt Rule
Is
said
is
his rebuild process is working 1,000%. He said, fans, I'm sorry that you don't see it, but me and my staff see it. And like I tell my team every week, it took Jay Z 7 years to get where he was. So it
this is
takes
no rap
time.
game, no. This is football. We talking about
So
Jay Z. Wow, wow, wow.
If David Tepper in the music industry, then sorry to say I don't know what
No,
going on
no, no,
over
no,
here.
no, no. He lose a mark from me with that nonsense. That's a stupid comment.
Exactly. And you was a
That's a
big Matt
stupid
Rule
comment.
fan. So and now I just saw a report. Matt Rule is likely to return next year, but his seat will be scotching. Why would you bring him back next year if his seat is scotching? Just get cut your losses.
You have to
Yeah,
give
you
him
agree.
a
Yeah.
chance. You have
No,
to give him a
you
chance.
don't have to. You don't have to. Because he signed off on getting Shitwater and he signed off on getting Donald. That's his fault. The only person he didn't want was Cam. And you know who made him get Cam? David Tepper. Because David Tepper told him, look, every quarterback you bring here was a trash bag. The one you release, you bring him back. And Cam can't do it by himself. He's effective. But if we don't, you have to fix the line. I don't care. I will cut everybody on the team and just make sure that the line fixed.
You have to fix
The
the offensive line.
line
Yeah.
has to get fixed. If
Which
we
is your
get a
biggest?
top
Which
five
is
or
your biggest
six,
position? Which one is your biggest position? You can't fix that. You can't draft all five.
you just need one for now.
Which one?
Any one,
You could
whichever
get
one
two,
come in the draft.
Which
you could
one?
get two solid offensive linemen out of the draft.
No, if we drafting at five, we either
Mhm.
getting Neil, Ikenu, or Lindbaum or Cross. Ikenu Neil is a left tackle, surefire left tackle.
I think
Ikenu
it
is
can
a
be gone.
surefire guard, and left tackle. Lindbaum can play center or guard, and Charles Cross is our offensive tackle.
And
Any
can you
one
let
of
me
them that
guess?
you pick, because the reason I say that is because if you do go offensive tackle, then you got your bookend tackles. Because you got Taylor Moton,
Mm-hmm.
who's ranked top 12 in PFF as right tackle, and now you got your show for your left tackle, and then you sign free agents to build the inside. But actually, if you look at the stats, our worst positions are actually the guards and center position. So if you get Lindbaum,
To the
then
interior.
probably you go there. But you also need to cover the blind side of quarterback. So that's why I said if you get any one of them, I'm happy. The problem is we don't have a second or third round pick to try to process it out. Because if I'm the Panthers and they trade back a few spots and they get a first or second, those first two picks are impact linemen. Impact linemen. That's it. Impact lineman. Then you'll have three impact linemen there, and then you can sign somebody in free agency. But if you think by going to sign Michael Jordan and think he's the real Michael Jordan, then you're wrong. Because that don't make a drop of sense. And like I told you guys before in previous shows, we knew something was wrong in Carolina when as soon free agency start, as soon free agency start, before anybody made a signing, the first signing in free agency was the Carolina Panthers signed Cam Irvin to a 2 year deal. That's the first thing, the first sign knock of the entire thing. Whoever thought that was the smartest idea, and then 15 minutes later, the Carolina Panthers have signed Pat Eflin.
Cam
Two of
Irvin was
them.
a backup offensive tackle
So
to the
whoever
to the
thought
Cowboys.
that Cam Irvin stock was in a rush that you had to sign him
Yeah, that
so
was a bad.
fast,
Yeah, that was a bad. Yeah, that was a bad
everybody
idea.
needs to be fired. And I can't believe David Tepper is a man that like to take risks and gamble, and he just stand up there and watch
Yeah,
the other go to waste.
he's not a starting left tackle in the NFL. He's a backup at best.
The crowd when Sam Donald came in the game, they love Cam. He done so bad, which is he do so much from. But they when Donald came in the game,
They boo.
you would swear that what you call it? You would swear that the opposing team had the ball because they boo the hell out of Sam Donald, and he makes some good throws, but the damage already done. They don't want to see Sam Donald, and if David Tepper come up at the end of the season and say Matt Rule is back, I think that nobody gonna go to the games next year. They're gonna fire for the
Now the
games.
fans gonna go. Fans gonna go. Fans gonna go because after the horrible nonsense that the Eagles did last year and Howie Roseman in his horrible drafting, you would think fans wouldn't go to the games. But fans just love football, so they're gonna go to the
Yeah,
game
but they see
regardless.
that's the thing. They're gonna
They're gonna
love
go to
it,
the games regardless.
but the atmosphere gonna be so bad. The Panthers will never had a home field
Fans,
advantage.
fans don't
They're
forget.
gonna never. They're gonna
Fans
never.
got
No, they're gonna never
fans
look.
got short memory.
Listen, listen.
Remember, you and
Listen.
me might be thinking that, you know.
No,
But
no,
you
no.
got some
Listen,
other
listen,
fans out
listen.
there.
The game today. Listen, the
Yeah,
game today. On third and nine, when you're supposed to be bringing the knives at defense, I thought I was watching a tennis match. It had complete silence. It had complete silence. A golf match when they got silent. Them had not a soul clap for nothing. When you look in the stands, the people that playing rock paper scissors shoot with each other. Them even watching the product on the field. If I was an owner, I couldn't do
right.
that. I had to make changes. But I mean, like I said, the only good thing came out of today was the Bears won, and I'm a step closer to landing a top five premier tackle in the draft. But knowing the Panthers, they would trade down to the 20 something pick and then draft a tight end. So
That
I
would
don't
make
know.
sense. That would make sense.
Well, Jeff not running back.
I
Now we
mean,
got
man, you
McCaffrey.
drive a running back. Well, you drive a running back. What he gonna do if you don't have an offensive line?
No running back. No running back. Um, is projected to go in the first round. Eh?
No, we gonna draft him. If they got McCaffrey, still there's no way to draft. And for some reason I'm like Chuba Hooper, so they ain't gonna draft nobody. No running back going in the first one. They ain't going in the first one. But I mean, it's just sad. It just it's just sad that really laughing stock at the NFL. And
I didn't have to start.
no, trust me, you guys don't watch the games. That's the difference. If you watch the games, you'll see what everything I say is valid. It's legit. The problem is you guys don't watch the games. If you watch the games, you guys gonna see, partner. It is very hard to watch
Right.
when you watch it. See, you guys just don't watch it. Look, you can watch I watched it back the highlights again, and the highlights were just as bad as the game.
I believe you.
It was that bad. Remember, we started 3-0. The next 12 games, we 2-10. 2-10. What I tell you? The only
Yeah.
bad thing about anything here is we beat the Jets and Texans. So if we have the same record with them, they're gonna hold a tiebreaker. But we should have lose to them. We'd have get a top number one pick. If we had get number one pick, we could have trade there. Can number one pick going for Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau, and we could have trade them. But where we are, I don't think we could trade them. I think we gotta draft a lineman right there.
You
We
got to
have
have a
to.
lineman. Yeah, you have to
You
draft
gotta
a
draft a
lineman.
lineman. You got to.
Yeah, a center,
So
a left tackle.
yeah. So I mean, it's tough times in Carolina. It's nothing special. They said it was everybody had a happy holidays, but I don't think everybody can. If you went to that game today, that just muck up your Christmas for sure. That muck up your Christmas.
Who's your next two games? Who's your the last two games of the season for y'all?
The Saints and the Buccaneers, so we own two. So
Ooh,
don't worry, we get our top five pick.
I mean, beat the Saints.
No, big. You want me to tell you why? The
that seems
problem is
defense
not
good.
our. The problem is not our defense. The problem is our offense. We can't score again. 6 points today, no 6 points. The Saints defense shut out the Buccaneers. So what do you think they're gonna do to we? We mightn't score none. And now the problem is the Saints like to run the ball. What the Panthers can't do, defend the run. So even if they score 10 points, we ain't gonna win. So and then the Buccaneers gonna be playing again for positioning. So in Tampa Bay, so we winning there. So hello, top five or top six pick. We good. We good. That's why I told you guys I ain't even angry today. We did what we were supposed to do, which was go higher. I'm just glad the Bears won, beat the Seahawks. I need the Giants to win again. I need the Giants to win again. If the Giants win, they hold a tiebreaker over us. So
Nah,
I need
Giants. I
that.
don't know. I don't know who the Giants has next, but
Somebody check who's the Giants next two games there for me, please.
let me check.
Check who's the Giants next two games. So I could at least take up a pick from them.
Bears and Redskins.
So I need the Giants to win one of them. Then
Nah,
I
I don't
would
think.
take over their pick.
I think they're gonna beat the
I don't think I don't think
Bears.
they'll be the Bears. I don't think they'll be the Redskins.
Right. Not with Jake Fromm and what that fella name is Glennon starting. So,
Yeah,
but the
man.
Giants, the Giants are doting team because they might even draft an offensive lineman when they need one. They
Cause the
might draft a
Giants hold
defensive lineman.
the Giants hold the Bears pick. So that's why we overtake them because
Right.
the Bears won. Now we need to beat the Giants' original pick. If
So,
we do that, the only teams that we can't catch is Detroit is one.
but the Giants got two first round picks.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
they got to
behind,
pick. They got to pick
right,
from the Bears.
right
So the
behind each other
Bears
right
don't.
now.
The Bears don't own the pick. It's
But
the
the Giants
Giants
on the pick.
pick.
Yeah.
But because the Bears won today, the record still will be better than ours in terms of strength of schedule. So we jump up to six. So the only people we can realistically catch is the Texans, the Jets, and the Jets own two picks, but the
Right,
Seahawks is
right,
one
right.
of the picks. So the Seahawks just got. So if you look at it, I think the first pick goes to the Jaguars. That's one. The second pick I think goes to the Lions. That's two. Then the Texans. That's three. The Jets will be four. The Giants five right now. The Panthers six. And then I think it's the Jets and Giants again.
Hmm. Giants got a chance to build an offensive line, boy.
But every year they're gonna
Build
take
that line.
offensive line because last year them taking ain't working out. Andrew Thomas ain't doing nothing. So they
For the
want keep doing
Giants,
it. Yeah, the Giants draft for left tackle with them first pick last year. And the year before the draft another tackle too.
hmm.
So I don't know what they plan to do. And then they're gonna have new thing because the GME return get the money returning. So we don't know
No, them
what they're
say
gonna
them say.
do.
No, I read an article today that them keeping in camp.
they keep
Yeah,
in Judge.
they keep in Judge, but
They keep in Judge. I
get the
know
money
getting
coming
one.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
get the money coming back. But then they also want, you see, the new GM may want to draft a quarterback.
No, I think I said Daniel Jones coming back too.
Well, another mock got him as Pickett gone with him, as
Yeah,
Pickett
Daniel
gone.
Jones coming back.
So
I said Mark they would pick it going Atlanta.
yeah, they got that too. It just it crazy right now because we know that all evaluators saying none of them quarterbacks should go in the top 10
Right.
realistically. But there's a team that gonna reach for a quarterback because they just
Mm-hmm.
can't deal with what they got. We realistically should be one too. But which is our most concerning need? Is it a quarterback? Do you think that if we put a proper line, Donald would be able to settle in the pocket and make throws?
Maybe,
Maybe.
maybe.
Exactly,
Maybe.
exactly. Why go there and draft pick it with a number 8 pick, and then you're putting behind a dumpster for your line? What do you think gonna happen? The same results gonna
So,
happen.
so exactly what
Mm-hmm.
you just say is exactly what I just read, right? At a draft, they say you're in dire need of a quarterback, but why put a quarterback behind a
Behind the line.
line?
Right.
So,
Exactly.
so I think so. This is me, GM from the top. Keep Donald,
But he ain't going nowhere because he got a 5th year option.
build your line, draft your lineman, pick up a couple of free agents, and give Donald a run with McCaffrey, with a healthy McCaffrey,
He gonna never be healthy again. You need to get rid of him. I
and
done with
run
Ethan.
and do that.
I done with him.
You already proved that your defense is pretty tight, right? You still got top 10 defense, don't you?
Well, yeah,
They have a top 10 defense.
we
Right,
second in the league in passing, but we like 18th in rushing.
right. I mean, still a top 10 defense.
But remember what I say: big men allow you to compete. You need to build your trenches. Look
Right,
at your
right,
team.
man. Yeah,
Look at
right,
your
man.
look at the 49ers. Remember that year the 49ers had 4 straight years they draft defensive linemen
Yeah.
to the point that you couldn't even hold out of them. You had to give
No,
up Buck.
had to
You had
give
to
a
give
buck
up
now.
Buck now.
Yep.
But giving up Buck now, you still went there and get Kinlaw.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to, and then what you do? You had McGlinchey. You went out get a. You went out and get a.
Aaron Banks,
You went
Trent
out and get
Williams.
a
Trent
Trent
Williams.
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 You
Yep.
went out and get Alex Mack.
We
Big
Mm-hmm.
men
draft, we
allows
draft,
you
we
to
draft Aaron
compete.
Banks and more.
Exactly. No, look at this now. Look at Philly. Philly got Lane
Mm-hmm.
Johnson, Kelsey, Maya Lata,
What a
the
rookie name.
draft and thing.
What a rookie name.
Uh,
Dickerson. Landon
and
Dickerson.
Dickerson on the
Dickerson.
defensive line, they went and get Fletcher Carter running mate with Javon Hargrave. Brandon Graham is a
Mm-hmm.
big guy. You got to build the
The
trenches.
trenches.
Look, the same thing. Mark Sanchez, we could laugh at Mark Sanchez, but he said one great thing today. He said, "What you expect to happen when you got Reddick and Bones on the line of scrimmage and 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1? What you really think gonna happen? They gonna stop anybody and run defense?
No. Too small.
They are speed rushers.
Speed rushers.
They are speed rushers. We got no size. Now we got Derek Brown, who they gonna double team.
Yep.
Daquan Jones, who's an old veteran, which ain't gonna do much. And then you got Reddick in there. So Phil Snow started changing. You thought Gross Matos, I'm a big fan of. He was playing very good. He pushed a lot. And then we have Morgan Fox. But we need bodies up front. All the persons we got up front are speed rushers, like 3, 4 outside linebackers. We got no size, none. We get killed. All they're doing, run 2 runs like up the gut like a halfback dive, and then you know what they do? Brian Bonds and Reddick crash down, and then they do an outside zone run, and then up the road. That's how
Mm-hmm.
Jack Vaughn got the touchdown today, a 30-something yard touchdown. Because the first 2 players, they run a halfback dive. The third play, the Bones crash. He crashed in, and then just run it outside. It's common sense. So I mean, like I say, I would love to get Malik Willis, Pickett, or Ridder, or somebody. But why is the most pressing need to me? You're gonna have to build a line, and I like to see Donald has make some good choice. I don't think he's the answer at us, but what I'm trying to say is, was he judged fairly? Probably not. I think Donald coming in, they predicated Donald with McCaffrey taking the pressure off of him and the line holding up. McCaffrey went down, the line didn't hold up. Donald was not able to carry the load. Now give Donald a little bit more time. Remember, Shane, we were watching the Kansas City Chiefs game. Remember why I ball? Look how much time Mahomes got in the back there.
Yeah.
Mahomes are bouncing for like 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody could touch. And 2 of them is rookies in the 4th round and 6th round. I said, but suppose Donald had that cut, but he might have still try interception because that's Donald.
They got good
At least he
offensive
would have
line coach
at
out
least
there.
he'd still be bouncing.
Yeah. They got good
But that's
offensive
the
line coach
problem.
out there. And
Look, the
Juan
Buccaneers were
Castillo.
listen, the Buccaneers were laughing at the Panthers today on the line. The sacks were just getting, I had to laugh too. It was funny.
How much sex y'all give him?
7.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I tell you,
that's a lot
if you
of
watch the highlight, don't even watch the
a
first
lot of
half shit.
sacks.
Watch from the second half. If you watch from the second half, you start laughing. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it's a lot of sex.
I think like five of them come in the second half.
That whole offensive line be running laps. Yeah, they're running
The
laps tonight.
only and the thing is, Taylor Morton is the good one. He proved himself good. He's ranked top 10 every year. But now the stink rubbing off on he
Well, I
got
mean,
he.
if everybody else getting bullied,
You
I don't
might as well.
understand. I see him down on the ground. He never get pushed down on the ground yet. So the stink rubbing off on So I mean, it's
You said
just
the apple spoil.
it's a recurring thing. It just is every week you gotta watch it. And then next week what's gonna happen? Cam Jordan and them guys gonna kill the line again. The other week after that, the Buccaneers gonna kill the line again. And then that's the end of my season. So that's 2 more weeks of stress. Well, not stress. 2 more weeks of laughing. But like I say, like you guys would agree, as much as we would love to see another quarterback on the center, you can't put another quarterback on the center with that line.
Not with that line.
You have to build it. You have to build the line and give the quarterback a fair chance to see what he can do.
that would be another David Carr situation.
Yeah, he get shell shocked.
You have to give the
Ollie.
guy something. Wow, what a pick! You should see. I go look at that pick from the
What the
Demarcus
Demarcus
Lawrence.
Lawrence? Yeah,
Pick
shoot it.
six. Well, that's
Yeah.
it for the Redskins too. They out the door. The Redskins out
So
the door.
I want to correct myself. I said that Trayvon Diggs had break the record for the most interceptions, but he tied the record
You tied the record.
for the most interceptions in the Cowboy organization, not overall Cowboys.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Well, Washington will be looking for a quarterback this year too.
I didn't even check on that in the draft to see who they projected the draft. Hold on, dude.
A few of them had quarterbacks, but they don't change it up though.
I know they've changed up, but most of the time they're accurate with what position.
A few of them said quarterback will out. The ones that are watching.
yeah.
A
They
few of
need a
them said.
quarterback. They need a quarterback. They definitely need a quarterback. They got good receivers, decent tight end, very good defense, decent offensive line.
You think that the only leg partner who they pick up from thing? What he named
Who?
Haskins?
He
Haskins,
not there. He on Pittsburgh.
Haskins in Pittsburgh.
Oh, who them
They
got?
Haskins out.
Uh,
Only
Jerry
Heineke.
Heineke, Kyle Allen, but they
I
ain't
remember they
franchise.
had the old fella. What his name is again?
Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he done. He done. He career
he
done.
done it. So
They can go. They're
they
going quarterback for
they
sure.
get quarterback. They need a quarterback.
But they're saying though that they're ready to go for a veteran quarterback like a Russell Wilson or somebody.
This projection
Uh,
he got him going offensive lineman.
but that's what I tell you because they say that they're going for a veteran quarterback. They don't want a rookie quarterback. They ready to. Most of the people in the Washington organization feel their quarterback away
A quarterback away from what?
Yeah, I think so.
from competing. Yeah,
He's competing. Yeah.
Who,
They,
who
they
gonna be
got
who
they
gonna
got
be on the board?
McLaren, Samuel Sims.
what do you mean?
Oh, you give him a Jimmy.
Like, exactly, but like I said, they're gonna either go for they're gonna take a shot at Russell, Jimmy, somebody. They just feel that they
Somebody.
need a quarterback here.
Yeah, the quarterback away.
Mm-hmm. The defense ain't bad. Chase Young will be back next year.
Yeah.
The line, they'll still build the line, and then they still got playmakers. Curtis Samuel has been injured most of the year. They
Mhm.
still got Antonio Gibson. They got Logan Thomas will be coming back. They
They got
got
Sims.
McLaurin, Sims. They got
Mhm.
Humphreys.
You
So
got the running backs Gibson and McKissick.
McKissick,
McKissick,
exactly.
right.
Now you fix the most important part of the team, which is the quarterback position.
Mhm.
You don't know what could happen.
True.
Some people just need a good little quarterback back there to just navigate. But
Yep.
it, like you say, Shane, remember that at the start of the show when you were saying that every single thing Jimmy does, it gets scrutinized. That's because of two things. Two things why Jimmy will always get scrutinized. Reason number one is because you guys went to the Super Bowl with him, and we know the truth that yeah, we never would blame. I would never blame Jimmy that all on he. But you know what everybody does say? If Jimmy had made that throw
That
down
one
the
to the that
field,
does the
exactly.
Of
That's why
course.
he.
they'll
That's
they'll
why
live
he
on that.
get. That's what. So remember, they
Mhm.
didn't look at the rest of the game. It all came down to that one throw. So that's why one he
Mhm.
gets scrutinized, and the second and most important reason why Jimmy will always get scrutinized in San Fran is because they know who's waiting in the wing. They're
Why
looking for
that?
every single excuse just to
Fans
say throw,
love
throw. Like, exactly.
fans like to love the backup quarterback. They just love the
when
backup quarterback.
so like when you say Shane, nobody cuss Matthew Stafford because he threw 3 picks. Who's
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford backup?
I have no idea.
Hey, we know.
Ex- exactly.
I have no idea.
You ain't winning with the Rams without no quarterback but Matthew Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
When you say that Brady play bad and get things, the Buccaneers will never win if Brady is not there.
Right.
But you know what happened now with Jimmy? The San Francisco 49ers can win with Trey Lance back there.
We don't
So
know
Jimmy
that.
is
That's
inexpendable.
unproven.
But the problem is to the fan base, we drafted
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy. I mean, we drafted Trey
Trey
Lance. We
Lance,
talked so high on Trey Lance that he has raw potential. Kyle Shanahan is a offensive
Mm-hmm.
guru, so he's already on a pedestal, which means
Yep.
everything Jimmy does, they're looking for a chance to say Jimmy shouldn't be there. Oh, he missed this throw. Oh, he threw 2 picks. He can
Is
forever
a
do it.
Yep. It's the same thing with the Philly fan base with Jalen Hurts and Minshew. Jalen
Mhm.
Hurts had a bad first half. Fans were talking about bringing in Minshew,
Hmm.
which I think I myself think that would have been a bad idea if they decided to do that. Bring in Minshew and bench Hurts. I don't even think Minshew should be playing. None of these games coming down the stretch.
I don't think. I
Everybody,
don't.
The
think-
every,
I
job,
don't, yeah, I don't think
the
Mason should play unless Hurts is
right
injured.
injured,
but
right?
everybody know that Minshew's all but a stopgap quarterback. I don't know why people think
Not
that Minshew
not
is.
some of these fans in Philly. Not some of
I
these
don't
fans in Philly.
understand. But
Not some of these
again,
fans in Philly.
it's like you say, Shane, when it comes to Garoppolo, he'll always be heavily scrutinized because he made the Super Bowl with the 49ers. But you know who they put the blame on in that game? Jimmy. They ain't put that on nobody else.
Quarterback.
That's why
We,
he's so scrutinized.
we ain't gonna say that Jimmy give the team a 20-10 lead going into the fourth quarter and the defense blew the damn lead. We ain't gonna say that.
Mm-hmm.
What a
We can just
kid.
say that Jimmy overthrew Emmanuel Sanders or underthrew him
Yeah.
in
And
that's
that's
it.
what I tell you. That's why he'll always get scrutinized. And two, who's waiting in his wings? The savior of the 49ers to all the
We
fans in the
we
49ers.
hope. We
But that's
hope.
what I tell you. The savior of the
Mm-hmm.
49ers, that's who's waiting in the wings. Jimmy's on borrowed time. So Jimmy
I
could
tell,
not
I
could
tell,
do
I tell you
nothing
right
right.
now, if we get rid of Jimmy next year, if we start Trey, you trick him out 0-6, you see what behind me back here? I'll match up everything back here, man. Chairs, everything, turn up.
Wait,
Because
again,
a lot of the fans ain't been through the Tim Rattay, the Jim Drunken Miller, the Sean Kings. They may have been to it. The Troy Smiths. They may have been to that.
listen, the way they had hype up Trey
Trey Lance,
Lance during the like
during the
the
draft time. Yeah, during the draft.
during the pre-draft point I was hoping the Panthers had drafted. Though I was all for Trey Lance. I had loved Trey Lance the way they
Yeah.
had the three quarterbacks I had love. It wasn't Lawrence. I wasn't a fan. I know he was good, but I wasn't a fan. The three quarterbacks I was in love.
I remember the conversation. Zach Wilson,
Zach Wilson, Trey
Trey
Lance, and
Lance,
Justin
and
Fields.
yep.
Those were the three
Mm-hmm.
quarterbacks I was in love with. And I had one mock that had the Panthers getting Trey Lance. And my eyes had light up. I went there and watched some film of
Film.
it. And I was so in love with Trey Lance that I was hoping the Panthers get him.
You're a
But
fan
yeah,
of that arm,
he
boy.
got raw potential
He
there.
got raw potential.
If
He got
somebody
an arm.
maximized he the right way,
Mm-hmm.
he would unleash on the NFL. But we could say that about Zach Wilson too.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Wilson got some trades there that if you could unleash them, it's the same thing with Justin Fields.
Justin
I
Fields
believe
too.
Justin Fields is a beast in the making, but you need to give him the right foundation and right coaches to help him.
Well, okay. Let's look at it. Look at the two quarterbacks you just covered. Let's look at the three then. Okay, Trey Lance. We know Trey Lance was going to start this year. We had know that,
Right.
right? Now with
Mhm.
Jimmy on contract, when Jimmy play, we don't win, right? That's the mentality. So Zach Wilson, the Jets. Here you go. He ain't got nothing around him really like that. You know what I'm saying? They have to build. Now they have to build that team up around. They give them a good line, right? They start building some line pieces and stuff like that. But he need weapons. You're seeing flashes of what Zach Wilson could do.
Mm-hmm.
Flashes of what he could do. And I think, as a process. They got a new coach, they got a new quarterback, blah. Justin Fields, he kind of in a bad spot, but you seeing his raw talent. You seeing what he doing, what he could do. You see how he done move the pocket, how the passes he done make, how he could open up that offense. But again, bad coaching, he ain't using the right way. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, like I hope we make the right pick. I just feel like we have a situation now where when Jimmy play, we win. They're scrutinizing real hard, and I understand he getting more scrutiny because we have the savior waiting in the rings. I understand that. But the fans, I can't deal with them, man. I can't.
And like I said, we all know every time you draft somebody, you're hoping for the best. You don't always play out that way.
Especially when you draft from that high.
Exactly. When you
I
draft a
know, right?
quarterback,
Mhm.
remember, if we go through the list of all the quarterbacks in the NFL now, not much of them first round picks.
Right.
You got Dak. Dak was what, fourth round pick of Mississippi State.
Third round pick.
If you look at it, look at the teams up top. You got okay, so in the AFC you got Kansas City. Mahomes was a first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
Bengals,
Joe Burrow was a
Burrow's a
first
first round
Bengals,
pick.
Burrow was the number one pick, so that had
Yeah.
to work out for them.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen was a top 10 pick.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some who the Mac Jones was a 15 pick.
Yeah, he was a top pick.
Justin Herbert was a top 10 pick.
Mm-hmm.
So those teams they made the right choice with their quarterbacks. Now, if we look at the NFC, Arizona, he was the number one pick. And Rodgers, he fell to number 22, but everybody felt he should have been higher than that.
Right.
Who else? The
Stafford.
Rams, Stafford. Stafford was
Was
the
a
number
first
one pick
overall pick. Yeah.
overall.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Brady.
the
Brady,
Brady, which was sixth round.
Six round
You
pick.
got Dak,
Dak.
which was
a
a
third
fourth, I
round pick.
think a fourth, third or fourth. You got
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, who was in the third or fourth. I think when Big Ben when he was in his prime, he was a first round or a late round.
Right.
I wanna see. I know
I
he
want
came in.
that.
He was in the draft with Eli Manning and Philip Rivers. I wanna say he was a first round pick.
Oh no, he was all the two. He was in the
Yeah.
teens.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in the teens. But you see, you gotta vary because every team in the NFL had at one point had picked a quarterback in the first round, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't always pan out. And then, say for instance, Shane is the coach of the 49ers, and he drafted Trey Lance. Now Shane get fired after 3 years, and I come in. I get rid
Yeah.
of Trey Lance.
Yeah.
I go draft my own quarterback. Now Trey Lance
Mm-hmm.
career in a little spiral. You know who's a product of that? Just look at Josh Rosen. Josh
Mm.
Rosen never get a fair
Ooh.
chance in the
Never got a
NFL
fair
at all.
chance. Yeah.
Because as soon when the coach that had him, Steve Wilkes, they gave him 1 year and then fired him. Kingsbury came in, doesn't want Josh Rosen. They trade
Yep.
him to a team that already had a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Now he bounced around on practice squads. Was Josh Rosen given a proper chance? I don't think so.
No.
We don't know what he'll ever have because nobody gonna ever give him that chance again.
Right.
Now look at what you call it, Dwayne Haskins. You remember when everybody say, "Oh, Dwayne Haskins was in Ohio State. He has raw physical tools that he could someday be good." He had a bad year under. I can't remember who was the coach before. Who was the coach before Rivera and Washington? By
I forget. It was an
It
offensive
wasn't.
line coach. Forgot his name.
It wasn't Gruden.
No, it wasn't Gruden. It
That's a
wasn't
good.
Jay Gruden. It
It
was
wasn't Jay
somebody else.
Gruden.
Nah, it was
Okay,
somebody
so
else.
somebody was there, had
Yeah.
Haskins. Now look what happened. Ron Rivera came in. Ron Rivera had Haskins on a short leash. Short leash.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, this is a person that got picked number 12 overall. High upside. Could be the face of the franchise. Right? Now Rivera come in. They don't want anything. They just, every little thing he did, they don't feel it. They trade him to Pittsburgh. Which if I was Pittsburgh, I was giving him a legit chance
Yeah.
to win
Right
that
now.
starting job.
Right now.
No.
That's you
Right.
done.
But now he even the number 2 because they're still playing Mason Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
So a guy that had
Haskins.
so much potential,
Mhm.
everybody was talking about him. Now he just an afterthought, just like Josh Rosen. So, I mean, drafting is tricky. And like I said, I would never go against Kyle Shanahan because Kyle Shanahan, that anybody would want a Kyle Shanahan on the team, coaching the team. So I don't believe that Josh Rosen is. I mean, I don't believe Trey Lance is a bad pick. I think Kyle Shanahan knows what he wants to do. So I could live
Yeah,
with that.
I ain't saying he's a
I
bad
could
pick,
live
but
with
I say I don't hope them. I just hope he pan out.
But a fella like Justin Fields, no. is gonna be very, very important for Justin Fields to get the right coach in this next coaching hire. Because in 3 years' time, if that coach get fired, Justin
Mm-hmm.
Fields
He's
out of
gone too.
Chicago
Yeah,
too.
he out to Chicago too.
No, that's it for he. And you know who got that too? Look at Trubisky. Trubisky went
Mm-hmm.
number 2.
Yeah, but
No,
this was horrible.
well, to somebody, he was
This
what
was
the number
horrible.
2 pick. To Ryan Pace, he was what the
Yeah.
number 2 pick. So, I mean, when you look at the quarterbacks and how those stuff work out, you're hoping that they work out. Now we can all come here and see that Josh Wilson. What the asshole boy from New York name?
Zach Wilson.
Zach
Zach
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah.
We just talk about how good he arm is. But if he keep playing so erratic and throwing picks, that arm gonna get him in the bench.
Yeah.
But then you gotta believe in Robert Saleh and what the LaFleur is, because the LaFleur is the
I think
coordinator too.
yeah, look for the coordinator, the offensive coordinator.
But look at this now. Do you think in 3 years, if Salah don't live up to potential and they say, okay, we need a new vice, you think they're gonna? You think they will get rid of Zach Wilson too? 'Cause if I was a new GM and I bring in my head coach, you want to start fresh. Most people
unless
like to start
unless
fresh.
unless you could see you could find something in Zach Wilson that you could work with. If you can't
Yeah.
work
But
with it, then
cause look
right.
at you know what that remind me of? The same thing with Donald. Remember Robert Saleh came in, had new GM, new thing. Donald still
Yeah.
on rookie contract. They could have,
Yeah.
with all the first round picks they had, they could have built that line
Build the offensive line and
and
defensive
then
line.
build the weapons around. If you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying, use it. But
Mhm.
you see what they said? Let me just start fresh and go Zach Wilson. I buy myself 3-4 years in case I get fired. Usually, if a coach get fired, that means a quarterback ain't performing well.
His
So,
quarterback.
right, that means that the quarterback usually gonna get. If a coach get fired after 4 years or so, usually the quarterback going too,
Right.
as that mean ain't right. So we when we look at Texas, the Texans is essentially they started over with a new quarterback because Deshaun didn't play this year at all.
Right.
David Culley, to me, he was in a losing situation from the get go. They won't plan to win this year, but all of a sudden they want to fire the guy after 1 year, which don't make no sense.
Right.
But I think they probably know that. Give us a year, let's start out this Deshaun Watson thing, and then we build. But I think they struck goal. I told you this today, she. I think they struck goal with David
With
Mills.
David
'Cause I
Mills.
had always like David Mills. His knee kept him out of the first round because he had a knee injury. But that guy could ball. If they put no playmakers, no, they could trade Deshaun Watson for 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And they could have 1 million first-round picks and build that team for David Mills and that team back in contention next year.
Mm-hmm.
Easy as that. Which
Yeah,
I think they're going to trade Watson.
he was looking he looked great in this game against the Chargers.
He got one target. Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
Nobody else on it. Nobody else on the team.
Oh wait. What happened? Them traded away old boy?
Who?
David Johnson.
No. They were receiver.
Stills, Fuller, one of them.
Fuller. Where he is?
Right? Fuller ain't on them. Fuller ain't on that
Fuller.
team. No.
Oh,
I think Fuller
Fuller
on
with
the
the
Dolphins. Fuller on the
Dolphins.
Dolphins,
Fuller
yeah.
on the
But
Dolphins.
he injured. He
He
injured now.
injured, yeah.
So you see, they're gonna more than likely all of us know that they're gonna trade the Shaka. He don't want to play another down for Texans. So when they get those picks, they could either trade down and get more picks, but they could build that team into a powerhouse. Build a team. Look, we were saying today, Shane, we were talking about the Bengals. Just look what the Bengals did. Now they drafted. Before the Bengals had Burrow, you see what they were doing? They were drafting lineman after lineman.
Lineman.
Oh, yeah,
Williams,
yeah.
Jonah
Yep.
Williams, and all those guys.
They were getting
They
ready.
build the line, right?
Mm-hmm.
After they build the line, we had another bad season. We had Joe Burrow right in our eyesight. Bam, they get Joe Burrow. This year, everybody was saying, oh, they need to go Pinoy Soul and solidify the line. But they've been drafting linemen all the time. So what they say they need? We already got Joe Mixon. We already got T. Higgins, which we think is like a number 2 receiver. Where's our premier big threat? Jamar Chase. Now that team, nobody had the Bengals to win the division this year. No, the Bengals just won the division.
Yep.
Again, because the Ravens can't come back. The Browns are the Browns, and the Steelers are the Steelers.
The Steelers
So
last year.
congratulations to the Bengals. They'll be going into the playoffs as the division winners.
Let's see if they can win a playoff game.
No, that's a different thing. But you see,
that happened.
it goes back to what Shane was saying. Shane was saying he would take a Joe Burrow right now with the
I
way
would
Joe Burrow been
I
playing.
would take up Joe Burrow any day.
The first half of this game here, Joe Burrow had a perfect pass in
I would take Joe
299
Burrow
yards,
any
three
day.
touchdowns. So
Joe Burrow,
we may have to recant on our statement, KG, because we were saying that Stafford playing better than Joe. No, who was Stafford or Deck?
it was Stafford. No, it was Dak. It was Dak.
Deck.
It was Dak.
Right now, Burrow actually playing better than
Joe
Deck.
plays. He plays some good football right now. Yeah, he
So
playing
we
better
had
than
to
Dak.
recant on our statement
Yeah.
there. That is a very good team if you look at the way that team is built.
But you know the differences between Burrow and Dak.
What?
Burrow has a better arm.
He has a stronger arm.
Burrow has a better arm. That will always win in this league. Regardless, I
You
don't
love
care.
strong arms. I don't know. I
It
know.
will always win in this league. It will always win in this
But then
league.
no,
But
that's true.
even if you look at these look at the Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, other than them quarterbacks who win with those elite defenses, all of them Super Bowl winning quarterbacks was strong arm quarterbacks.
But you see,
Control a pretty deep ball.
Right.
but you see what happened with Burrow and them? They built the lines with they focus on what you had to remember. This is Burrow first season coming back from a ACL injury.
Yeah.
What you gotta remember at the start of the camp, they said Burrow was looking a little fidgety, like he didn't want to press on his knee, and then like
Yeah,
the
you
pressure
be
was
shell shocked for a little bit.
right. So you know what Kansas City, you know what Cincinnati did? They made sure they had a line that will protect Burrow, and even if somebody got injured, they had enough depth to ensure that their quarterback was safe. Now, all Burrow needed was to take one or two lash, and he know he need to hold up. Is good. It's the same thing that we used to talk about that the year that everybody said Dak should win the Super Bowl. The MVP and those stuff. You see, we always talking about the Cowboys line. Look at that, Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Lyle Collins. They lost the
in Frederick
center because of sickness.
Travis Frederick, right?
Travis Frederick.
Yeah.
But look at the line. Look at the
He
line.
was elite center too, boy.
Look at that line. So if I'm my team, I have to really send them a message and say, you guys got to take a page out of people's book, because you guys are doing a bunch of nonsense. Because just look at the lines.
Look at the Eagles last year to this year. The Eagles last year had a lot of offensive line injuries. Lane Johnson was out, Brooks was out, Jason Peters, he was old and washed up. Jason Kelsey was off and on. Our left guard, say Malo, he was injured again. So we must have had 10, 15 different offensive line combination last year.
But that's the thing that
no, Mayalata is a year better. Now he's a starting left tackle. Jason Kelsey has been healthy all year. Lane Johnson has been healthy all year. We drafted Landon Dickerson. He's been playing great all year. So is how you draft and how you scout and how you pick your players.
Exactly. The lines, your big men allow you to compete. If you're not stout up front, you won't win any football game. And that's a classic example of all the teams right now who is good and who is bad. Everybody can say that DeAndre Hopkins is the main reason that Kyler Murray ain't playing good right now. That's bullshit. If you look at their line, they get manhandled on that line. Kyler Murray can't do what he want to do because he has to do it a lot faster now with that line. You got to watch the line of scrimmage.
Colts D-line had a field day with the Cardinals, yes. And
exactly. So at the end of the day, the line you got to build your line. We even if you look at the Shane game when they was thing, everybody could say Jimmy threw some costly interceptions and bad times. Yeah, but Tennessee still had a score. Tennessee was getting rough up at the start of the game.
You see what they do though? You see what they do though? No, that's something else. You saw they went max protection. They had three tight ends on that line of scrimmage. And because they know that our corner can't guard AJ Brown. So all Tannehill do was give me time. AJ Brown get open.
Right.
They had max protection on that line.
And then remember you started to say but that running back looked just like Derrick Henry in the backfield because he's so
Yeah,
big.
yeah,
Eventually, when you start to max protect, the lineman gonna wear out.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be able to run the ball. But if are you giving Tannehill a free shot to get hit all the time, he can't throw. In that
He
first quarter, I thought Tannehill would have killed Tannehill.
he get he sacks with the first quarter. He get 4 sacks.
Exactly.
We had 4 sacks in that game, and we're gonna talk about the hurries and the pressure. But he had 4 sacks.
Exactly.
We were running over
So
him, and then they make an adjustment. They went to max protect, and then they start keying off on the rookie, which I
Mm-hmm.
still it's 3 games now. I cussing DeMarco Ryan, where you keep leaving a rookie out there on an island. You got to give him safety help. He's a rookie. Don't do that. Don't. He's a tall, wrong rookie. Don't do that. He
see
good.
that,
He good, but don't do that.
and then I would always say, if I look at it, yeah, like you guys said earlier, everybody gonna say it's Jimmy fault. We all know
Of
that. We
course.
all know that. But if I look at it, if anybody sits down and look at the game, you can see when the line of scrimmage started to get dominated by
Dominated,
Tennessee.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It changed the game. Yeah, you can talk about momentum. Momentum mean only have a pick. Because if I throw a pick, my offense still gotta go there and get points.
Right.
Yep. And it wasn't treated. Jimmy threw a
Exactly.
pick, and then the finals had a stand, and they hold the stand.
Exactly.
You
It's
understand what I'm
only
saying?
after later down in the game, Tennessee, which I commend Mike Vrabel, they
Very
started to
good
make
head
a
coach.
few some very them started to make them adjustments
Mm-hmm.
and say, hey, we have to win the line of scrimmage to win this game. If we can win the line of scrimmage, we got a chance.
And
So
attack the
said, so done.
weaknesses. That's what he did.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's a good head coach.
Yeah.
AJ Brown can catch anything, but I need time to throw the ball to him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Simple.
Right.
Simple. Give me some time, leave him run his routes, and I guarantee nobody could stop me.
Right.
And that's what they
Exactly.
do. As Shane said, they put the tight end to chip block, they hold them there. AJ Brown started to run his routes, they couldn't stop him. Simple. And we know they ain't got no Derrick Henry. So who they had to go to ball to? AJ Brown
Yeah, they realized
in
the 49ers had a weakness at cornerback
Right.
with the rookie. So you attack the weaknesses of the other team. That's what Bill Belichick does.
yeah,
He look at your
again, that's
strengths
a
and
classic.
weaknesses.
That's a classic
He take
example.
away your strength and make you use your weaknesses. And on the other hand, he'll find his strength and weaknesses and use his strength against your weaknesses.
Boy,
That's a good head coach.
right now, if I were finals, okay, and I probably Brishad Breland, give him a 1 year contract or remainder this season. Say, yo, we need you to come play corner.
But when was the last time he played?
He played right before he get cut. He wasn't playing, or was he injured? I still don't understand why he get cut.
I know you gotta realize if he in shape. 'Cause right now, late in the season now.
Yeah,
So-
but he got some issues with the
Something
staff.
going on, yeah.
Oh,
Something
okay.
Yeah,
going on. He
because
just
they
get cut.
say the day he get cut, he get into it with the staff, he get into it with the players.
Yeah.
He throw his helmet down and he walk off the field. He went off at practice. So they say, you know what, we don't want that here.
I'll
But
take him.
you guys, Washington, they just had a scuffle on the sideline. Jonathan Allen and De'Aaron Payne, two captains on the line. You know why? They
Losing.
get in.
They
No,
get
but he
they
only
get
that.
they get manhandled to the frustrated.
Exactly. You see who gets
Mhm.
most frustrated? The lineman. When you cannot control the line, it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. Those are two. Anybody will take a Jonathan Allen wrong here. Anybody will take a De'Aaron. There are two first round picks in the top 10 first round picks. They're fighting each other on the sideline
Mhm.
because Dallas is controlling the line of scrimmage. That's why Dallas is up 28-7.
Yeah.
Yeah, we dominated them last week too.
Just look at a great example here. Brady been
Mhm.
playing for about 24 years or whatever. Brady mightn't have all the best playmakers, but one thing Brady had all the time to keep him
A good
alive.
line.
A good line.
Good. You had to dominate the line of scrimmage. If you couldn't take away that from Brady, there's no way you were winning any game at all.
Mhm.
Even now, see when he went in the Buccaneers, the Buccaneers got 3 Pro Bowl linemen, 3 Pro Bowl linemen. The only person that ain't make Pro Bowl is Donovan Smith, and he's a former Pro Bowl player and one of the guards. But Tristan Wirfs, Mappet, and Jensen is Pro Bowlers. You think them stupid? control that line, boy. And I hope Carolina, I hope Matt Rule was to say, hey, what this oil and buy show is this guy be about talking about the Caribbean oil, and he come in here and be talking about the Panthers. Cause you gotta control the line. I need you guys to control the line. I hear Phil Snow say he needs to get emphasis on getting bigger guys up there. That's one of the best things I hear
I think
Phil
I
Snow
think
say.
I think they know that. If they don't know that, then something wrong.
But then why you keep going out there putting Hassan Reddick and Brian Bonds out there at the same time and running plays?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. But in all, I think with that extra regular season game, the NFL is very exciting still, though. To be honest, because I
No, I
remember
like it.
I
I like
remember
it.
back in the day, you even though your team wasn't winning, you zone yourself like a football.
Right.
But because you got so much team still in it,
In it there.
it's so exciting still.
You got different teams, man. In the normal teams you just see all the time
All the
in the
time you got different teams
there's
now,
different
yeah.
teams in here now. It look good. I like it.
But this Darren Payne like you want to fight somebody, he there pouting at the side, he like a bull.
He had
Steam coming up
nah,
his ears.
he getting the ride, so he getting the ride. he
As
easy.
a,
He easy when you get dominated 2 weeks in a row, you know. He easy.
I tell you, the guy there blowing steam out his nose. But I mean, the season is good. I like how the season is going. I mean, I wish the Panthers were better, but overall the season, it's been a fun season, a competitive season. There's still 2 more weeks of football to be played.
Right.
Unfortunately, I'm out of it, but you guys got something to look
Yeah,
forward to
I wasn't
with
expecting
the.
this season. I was expecting a more 6-10 type of season. Right now the
Well,
Eagles are 8-7. And that's
that's what
credit
you.
to, even though I'm a big fan of Jalen Hurts as yet, that's credit to Jalen Hurts. That's credit to Nick Sirianni. I ain't giving that defensive coordinator no damn credit. I ain't
You,
giving that defensive coordinator no
you see how
damn
I see
credit.
he got huh?
Because Nick Sirianni, all in this, I think for the first 7 weeks of the season, I think the Eagles were averaging 117 yards rushing. Nick Sirianni realized Jalen Hurts is not the type of quarterback to throw 35 to 45 times a game. So he realized that I have some bell cows on our offensive line. I
Mm-hmm.
have some decent running backs. Let me play some smash mode football and run the ball. And after that, the Eagles are averaging 216 rushing yards a game. You understand? So gotta give Nick Sirianni some credit because he was able to make adjustments in the second half of the season. And then after, now the Eagles are in the playoffs and have a chance to make some noise and do a little something if they can.
Right.
So that's credit to Nick Sirianni. I gotta give him credit, and I gotta give Jalen Hurts some credit. Jalen Hurts, even though he doesn't have a strong arm, he doesn't make a whole lot of turnovers. He doesn't fumble the ball a whole lot, and that's good. And he has poise in the pocket, and the team loves him. And he's also a good team captain too. So gotta give credit to Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, and the whole offensive line.
And then you still got so much more ammo. You got 3 first-round picks coming to you this
Mhm.
year.
That's good. That's one thing Harry Roseman is good at. He's good at trading players and getting draft picks.
I
That's
like
I,
one thing he's
I,
good
I
at.
read
I like
That's
higher
one thing.
projections. I like higher projections.
I read an article about the Eagles a few days ago. It was saying we can switch our awards when it comes to the Carson Wentz trade. At that time, it was a tumultuous trade, but now it's a win-win for both teams
It's a win-win for
because
both teams now. Yeah.
it's a win for the Eagles in that they got a first-round pick, and it's a win for the Colts in that he stabilizes the quarterback position for them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're one of the most deadly teams in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a win-win for both of you guys. I mean, if I'm in Serrano's shoes, I was drafting 2 with the first round, and one of them first round was trading back to pick up a little
Yeah,
bit more
that's
picks.
probably what they might do. 'Cause
And
right now, so far, it looks like Jalen Hurts the Eagles will actually make the playoffs. Guys, I think they'll beat Washington next week.
mhm.
They'll beat Washington next week, and it depends on if Dallas is looking for a higher seeding, if they're gonna play the starters or not. If they don't, Eagles will walk away with that game, and then boom, they're in the playoffs.
And I think
I think you have to play your starters at the last game.
yeah, you got him.
You have to
Right,
because the way how the lineup is and everything, a lot of things
right.
can still move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you still the
That's right.
champion,
That's
but
right.
Dallas is sitting in the number 4 seed right now, right?
Yeah, but if they ain't got nothing to play for, they might they mightn't start
No,
the
they
start.
got they remember they're still playing for to see who if they come second, third, or
Yeah,
fourth.
right.
Right.
They still got to play for that second, third, or fourth. They may
So that
not get
might.
a number one,
So I have a
but
feeling that might be a push game to Sunday night.
right,
Even if they,
you don't want a fourth seed that you end
Mhm.
up playing the 49ers on the fifth seed or
right.
something like that. You
Right.
don't want them kind of stuff. So you want to get as high a seed as possible so that you get one of those weaker wild card
Right.
teams so
Yep.
they could say that they got it better. So I think they're gonna come down to the wire, they're gonna play down to the wire. So we'll see what happens. I mean,
We'll see.
I don't. Uh, the thing about why I'm interested, I'm sure we'll talk about in the future show because of the uncertainty on the quarterbacks in the draft. I think this year gonna have a lot of movements on trades.
When you say, when
Yeah.
you saying, when you saying uncertainty of the quarterbacks, what do you mean? That is such
Meaning to say
less.
that no, meaning to say that there's no, every year you have a clear cut like 1 and 1A.
But
So
yeah.
like you knew Trevor Lawrence was going number one.
Yeah.
But then you
Mhm.
had between number 2 and 10, you could have either go Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Justin
Justin
Fields.
Fields.
Yeah.
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 They all considered all of them to be, if they go in the right spot, they're franchise quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
This year's crop, there's no consensus
Those
number
are for
one
franchise.
because
Yeah, that's true.
if you look at some of the evaluators, they'll tell you that Kenny Pickett has the raw arm, this and that, but then they will tell you that, but I still don't see him as a clear cut. Some evaluators tell you Desmond Ritter he's a more veteran guy. He played more seasons in college,
Right.
but he looks exceptional this year. But he still has accuracy and processing issues. Then somebody gonna tell you, I don't care what you guys say. I take in Malik Willis. He got a most upside of any quarterback there. Then somebody gonna tell you, but Matt Corral been playing in the SEC and he lightened it up. So you
Mm-hmm.
see, they ain't got no consensus. And if you listen to all evaluators, they don't actually think that they are. They don't actually think that they what you call it, that they can be franchise quarterbacks, but it has to go in the right system.
Well,
So it's
only
like
only three quarterbacks going in the first round, and you don't name them, except for that one dude you were talking
I
about.
think four. I think Corral gonna go in the first.
Corral
Pickett
going in
gonna
the
go in the
first.
first.
Yep.
Willis gonna go in the first.
That's it.
And they're probably
But
gonna be late picks.
No.
no, I
Well,
actually
high
think
first
people
round
gonna
picks.
reach on them. Remember, Pittsburgh
Pick
bumped it.
Atlanta got number 9. You know.
Atlanta might.
Atlanta,
Yeah.
Atlanta. So if you go and run through the teams, I ain't saying it gonna happen. But like I say, when you get new management, things that change. And like I say, I saw in 2 mock drafts that they said the new GM coming into the Giants, he ain't gonna want Daniel Jones.
But it says something here that the Giants coming back. I mean, Jones and Judge coming back in 2022.
So they
Right.
so right
But
now the Giants got 2 picks. The Giants got two
Right.
picks and they back to
right.
back now.
So what
5
I'm
and 6.
saying, what I'm saying is the no Judge is coming back, but the
Yeah.
GM is changing. The GM may say they say that the GM coming in gonna have more say this year. The GM may say, hey, let's count our blessings, get rid of Daniel Jones, let's start with a new one.
But you think
I
Daniel
say it ain't
Jones?
gonna
But you think
happen.
Daniel Jones? But you think Daniel Jones will probably? I think Daniel Jones will
But
pretty pretty solid.
I don't think everybody believe in him in that
Yeah, I don't think
organization.
about
That's the
it believing
problem.
Giants Jones. Yeah.
Remember, it all goes to the belief or who's in the organization. Somebody can it's like somebody say, I'm sure the Panthers can trade Donald and somebody gonna love him because execs around the league still love Sam Donald. So somebody may love him, but if the person in house don't love you, then you're out. So if they feel that Pickett could give them a better chance, they may use one of those picks to go Pickett because they got two. So we can look at the Giants as one. Like you say, we can look at the Falcons. Is it going to be the year that the Falcons say we need to draft our heir apparent
Matt Ryan.
to Matt Ryan? Then we can also look at the Panthers. We don't know what can happen. I don't know. I can't tell nothing with them. Pittsburgh is another team. Washington is another team. Minnesota is another team.
So
So
right
there's a
now, so this draft I got
mhm,
Pickett going to Atlanta,
right.
number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Corral going to the Steelers, number 17,
Uh-huh.
and Willis going to the Vikings, number 19.
See? And then somebody might trade back into the first round, like how they had do with Lamar Jackson. Remember, Baltimore had trade back into the first round.
Yeah,
They
she back
get
into the
it.
first round.
Right,
Lamar
late into
Jackson,
the
yeah.
first round, somebody might trade in to take up I don't know if you guys saw this. They say they got this guy out on Nevada too. I think he went the same way as he either went to Trey Land School or Carson Wentz School, but he named Carson Strong.
I
They
think
say
he
that
went to
guy did.
yeah, he went to Trey Lance and Castle went to the same school.
Okay, so
Not
he went to
Yeah,
their school too, Carson Strong. They said
yeah,
that guy lighten up the players too,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
he
but
got
you
a
That's
know,
hell of an arm.
with the teams that coming up after okay, say you get past the Vikings pick, there's no team they're looking for a quarterback after that.
No, but that's why I say you're gonna have trade ups. Somebody gonna trade back into the late first round pick because remember, it's so much easier to get back into the late first round pick for one main reason: that fifth year option.
Yeah,
Remember, if you go in the second, you only got him for 4 years. If you get him back in the first, you got an option of getting him for the fifth year and cheap that you can still build your team. You got one extra year to build your team without worrying about a quarterback. So I think people that's what people like to do with the trades. But like I say, it could be. I heard person saying that this Carson Strong fellow, I watch him again and seeing if you go and watch the highlights, the guy look good,
hmm
boy. The guy look, but remember highlights hours will make it look good.
yeah, but
But
that's what the Kyle highlights.
oh no, he from North Dakota, he from Nevada. But the guy standing tall in the pocket and he letting go this ball. So he's another one. But like I said, it gonna come down to the pre-draft process
right.
to really get a better idea of where the quarterback's going. But we like we said, we can name teams that we for sure we think gonna go with a quarterback. Like Pittsburgh. When Pittsburgh got no where to go but draft a quarterback because they got no cap room.
Yeah, one of
Mason
these.
Rudolph
Yeah, one of these.
you're right. Mason Rudolph is not an answer. I don't think they believe in
But they ain't gonna save
Dwayne
no they ain't gonna
Haskins.
save no cap room if they release Ben.
But not enough to who you gonna go for.
True.
Yeah, one of these
So
mock drafts got Matt Corral going to the Steelers.
exactly. So it's like
Yeah, yeah.
it's hard to like really see like this like somebody in the Steelers situation. They ain't gonna get Big Ben gonna be gone, but they ain't gonna clear it as much cap as they like to get a premier quarterback on the market or to trade. They're gonna have to draft somebody. They're gonna have to. So that's one of them. Minnesota, how much longer you think they're gonna stick with Kirk Cousins?
Is he last year?
They
They got drafted. They got to draft thing no, or
exactly.
else
But you see,
Zimmer, or
remember
if you say or is Zimmer gone?
they drafted a fellow in the second round, Kellen Mann, of Texas A&M. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. Some people may like him, some people may not. I don't know
Yeah,
if they're looking at him as one, but that's another team that you're looking at. Washington, if they don't get a veteran quarterback they like, they are guaranteed they'll take their chances on a quarterback in the draft. Then you got other teams. I remember somebody had said they were for sure Texans would have draft a quarterback, but after the performance today by Davis Mills, they all got a quarterback hunt. They go in defense with Eden Hutchinson or one of them. So I mean, you got teams like even the Lions.
yeah. Mac draft
Somebody
showing
say
Malik Willis going to the Vikings.
Yeah.
even the Lions. They say that the Lions got courage. So they don't, nobody think Jared Goff is a franchise quarterback for the Lions. So they still need a franchise quarterback. But they say the Lions would not take him number one or number two. They would trade down,
Right.
gobble up some picks, and then draft him.
The Lions ain't gonna leave Aiden Hutchinson past them.
Yeah, they're gonna leave that pass. That would make sense.
So
That's a
there's a
game
lot of
changer.
stuff.
It
And
would
with
make sense.
Texas,
It would make sense to make a game changer like that. Get out of your hands.
right?
Mhm.
And then because remember the Lions have what he named
Oh,
Okawari.
Yeah.
You put
Mhm.
Hutchinson on the other side, and that's a boy. That's an edge. There was an edge nightmare coming off. You
who
still
tried,
got, you,
how much points am I score?
but you still got Goff.
Who?
Them still got Goff.
Who that is?
Them,
You didn't see Dan Cavallo throwing Goff under the bus?
them beating people though.
Who them beat?
Them ain't-
Arizona.
them beating-
But that wasn't Goff. That was the defense. The defense stifle
who the quarterback?
Gav
He
put up
score
points.
points. Goff score points.
again. Who control the line of scrimmage in that game?
Goff score
They
points.
tried. They
Goff
tried
score
control
points.
the line of scrimmage.
They say
But-
Houston with going back to your point with David Mills, Houston guy with Ikonu.
Yeah, but this because they got Lamb Tunsil. I think somebody gonna trade for Tunsil too. Cause he ain't gonna want to stay in Texas.
Why
He ain't
not?
doing nothing. Larry
If,
Tunsil,
if,
he
if, if we
older
go,
now. He want to play, I think.
well, you're playing a team that got the most upside, eh? Houston got a lot of room to go upside.
Tunsil had tell the Dolphins he only gonna play the Texans if Deshaun there.
True, I remember that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
No Deshaun there. He had wasted years out there. Remember, he wanted to leave the Dolphins. The Dolphins that suck at that time. Now, what you think? You think he want to go to a rebuild? He need
That's just
prime. He want that.
that's just saying to the damn Jaguars.
Oh, the
Oh, then
Jaguars
he
will
lose
take him
here.
too.
I
Yeah.
don't know Techie.
Yeah, of course. Anybody will take Tunsil. I would take Tunsil. Tunsil are all pro left tackle. So, I mean, they got a lot of ways to go. When our season comes, we're gonna see what happens. Why I like with the NFL is free agency comes before the draft.
Mhm.
It gonna be very busy. I think free agency
Very
gonna be
busy.
You
Very
got,
busy.
you got a lot of big names coming off it. Green Bay got two big
Mhm.
names in free agency,
Mhm.
Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams.
Godwin going on the market.
Galway going on the market. They
Gallup
got
going on the market.
a lot of big names.
A lot of
Cooper
big
might go
names gonna
back.
be on the market.
Cooper might be out there in wing because he
Mhm.
upset. He upset.
He upset too, yeah.
So a lot of stuff can happen.
And the Eagles got
Just,
some money, boy.
you just got to see what got
We
happen.
got
I
some
mean,
cap space.
Finance I have some money
If we
if we
could,
lose Jimmy though.
if we could say one more pass catcher. Well, the draft showing that we gonna grab safety, cornerback, and linebacker with all three first round picks.
Yep, I saw that.
So we could do that and get a solid pass catcher, a possession wide receiver, a veteran wide receiver, and we'll be solid from there.
And that's just the 3 picks. You got more picks, right? How much picks
Right,
you got?
exactly. That's just my first three picks. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. We have to be A+ in this draft. We have to pick the right players. This is the draft. This draft right here gonna decide whether we gonna suck for the next 10 years or we gonna be good for the next 10 years. With or without Jalen Hurts. This draft right now gonna decide whether we gonna be dominant division winners, are even close to Super Bowl champions, the next 5 to 10 years, are we gonna be the Cleveland Browns? But it starts with this draft. With all the picks that we got, the 3 first round picks, the second round picks, the third round picks down the line. If we could hit on from first to fourth, you know what I mean? And do like what the Saints did a couple years ago. Hit on the draft. And that's it. You're going forward.
we'll see what happens. There's a lot of talk about in the off season. There's still a lot of talk about in the regular season. That's the beauty of football.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, pop up them game picks because I think I do good this week in these game picks.
And he said he
Well, the
think he
Chargers
do
lost,
good.
so I don't think it did good.
Hey, I was the only one that picked Tennessee.
That don't mean that's my one game.
I was
That's
the
one
only
game.
one that picked the Falcons. Let's go. Let me hear the record. I want my record. Get these picks up.
Finance and Titans.
I got one there.
I think you picked the Redskins too.
Never.
Yes.
I think
No.
you picked the Redskins
Yes,
too.
you did. Yes, you did.
Are you changed my pick?
All right. Finance. Count your wins, eh? Finance and Titans.
I got one.
Win. Browns and the Packers. Packers win.
I got two.
The Colts and the Cardinals. You didn't. Don't even put that finger up. Don't even.
Nah, I
Don't,
picked the
don't-
Cardinals.
the
I picked the
Don't put that
Cardinals.
finger up.
I got two.
All right. Lions and the Falcons.
I got three.
Eagles and the Giants.
I got four.
The Jets and the Jaguars. Don't put your finger up.
I pick who?
You pick the Jets. I mean the Jaguars.
Who are you pick?
The Jaguars?
I pick
No.
the Jaguars.
No, I pick the Jets. I pick the
You
Jets.
pick the Jets, man. Yeah. So I got four.
Carolina and the Buccaneers.
I got about a 5, 6, 7, 8 on there.
Yeah, I'm fake. You pick the Buccaneers. You look
I got
better than
five.
team. You're a sellout.
You can
The
say
Texans
that.
and the Chargers. All of us pick.
All of
the
us
Chargers.
lose, but I don't lose ground on there. I still gain on there.
Buffalo and the Patriots. Two I don't even lift on your hand. The two I don't
I
even
pick
lift it.
Buffalo.
Get your ass on here when you pick
Nah,
Buffalo.
you picked the Patriots.
All right. I can't remember. I got
the
5.
Rams and the Vikings.
I got a Rams. I got
I think I
6.
picked the Rams.
You gotta pick the Rams.
I got 6.
Nobody don't raise their hands here.
Wow.
Well, no, everybody raise their hands here. The Bengals and the Ravens.
Well, we picked the
I-
Bengals.
everybody
I picked
picked the Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7.
Seahawks and the Bears. Don't raise it.
Nobody
What is
picked the Bills.
Nobody picked the Bears.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
The Broncos and the Raiders. Nobody raise their hand.
Who win?
The Raiders
The
win.
Raiders win.
Raiders win.
I had picked the Broncos.
Get from here.
Yeah, I picked the Broncos.
You pick the
All
Broncos. Pick the Broncos. The Steelers and the Chiefs. No raise it. Everybody raise their hand.
Everybody raise their hands. So I got 8
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah. And then that's it. Well, Dallas and the Redskins, you lose this one. Can you choose the Redskins?
And why pick for Miami and the Saints?
We didn't pick.
We
said
pick
we didn't pick the Monday night game.
Miami 20-10.
Are you giving the Saints?
Huh?
Well, yeah, they must go.
20-10.
Miami. I got Miami 24-10.
I'm gonna go with Miami. 21-13.
So wait, I just want to know how many picks are you get right? 'Cause I got 8 and 9.
You got 8.
We gotta keep the record going. We gotta do it like them Sunday night, Monday night people.
You got 8. I count mine now. KG, count yours, KG.
And you got much a 6 or 5, you know. I ain't get much right.
Shut up.
I probably got 6.
You got more than 6, man, kids. You gotta have more than 6. Okay, I got 8.
How should they say he got 8 then?
I probably got 8 too.
She got 8 too.
If she ain't got 8, I got 8.
Yeah, you gotta have 8.
No. Something wrong. Are you teaching me?
Oh boy. You wanna go cheat against you? I was count it. All right.
Okay, I conquer with.
Okay, San Francisco, Tennessee. All right?
I got 1.
You get a 1
Yeah.
after that, KZ.
Yeah.
I get a 1.
No. I get a 1.
No, you got 1. You
I
said
would only win
Tennessee.
finals.
Yeah, wait, KG, I said Tennessee.
Yeah.
I said Tennessee.
KG, I said San Fran.
No.
Hey, go pop back on that show.
Hold on.
KG says San Fran.
I'm going to check
Why
it
you
right now.
pick San Fran? And I'm the only one that had said Tennessee.
I have it
I
right
was
now.
the
Hold on.
only one that said Tennessee. KG didn't pick Tennessee.
Suave, papi. Hold on.
KG had never said Tennessee. KG had said San Fran. I
Yeah,
remember
I
that.
think she. Yeah, I think she.
Yeah,
says,
KG
Tennessee,
said
yeah.
San
She
Fran.
says San Fran.
She did 6 San Fran too.
No. I would never say that.
I got it here. 24-21 San Fran.
Exactly.
Yeah, she said 24-14 and I said 28-17. All of in San Fran. So
No. I went Tennessee.
I have it right here. She did San Fran 24-21.
No. I said Tennessee. Don't come with that.
You never said Tennessee with no
I
lineman.
had never
Your
picked.
comments right here say no lineman with 1 lineman. All the linemen got COVID.
Yes,
24,
then
21.
at the end of the show, we had thing. I said 24-21 Tennessee.
No.
No. You ain't gonna teach me. I got 1.
After this, we'll go back to the show.
I got
Go back to
1.
the show.
I got 1. I got Tennessee. I got Tennessee 1.
You don't hear that. All right. Green Bay, Cleveland. That's
I
another
got
one.
2.
I got that.
I got 1.
I got 2.
Colts in Arizona. That's my 2.
Okay, I ain't got that. I still got 2.
All right. Lions and Falcons.
I got 3.
Eagles and the Giants. That's my 3.
I got 4.
That's my 3. Yeah.
Jets and the Jaguars. That's my
Nobody.
4.
Oh, she got 4.
I went Jets. Buccaneers and Panthers. That's 5.
I got 5.
Texans and Chargers. Nobody. Bills and the Patriots. I got 6. Don't raise your
I
hand.
got 5.
All right. Rams and the Vikings.
I got 6.
I don't think I have the fucking Vikings. Cincinnati and Baltimore. I got 7.
7.
Bears and the Seahawks.
Nobody.
Broncos and the Raiders. Nobody. And the Chiefs and the Steelers. That's my 8.
So I got 8 too.
Yeah.
So I got 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So wait. So Shane, you gonna go up to 9 with Dallas. KG, you gonna go up to 8. I
Yeah.
changing. I picking the Saints.
Yo, what?
Oh, what is shit?
You had the Saints with a rookie quarterback.
Sean Pearson. I got him with the Saints 17-14.
Ah,
All
boy.
right, Mister.
17-14 Saints.
All right. So, I think we cover a lot.
Yeah, we did.
The Washington football team is getting blown off the table right now.
Oh yeah.
I check.
The
You guys check your phone. Check your phones
But I
quick.
see it. I see it. I want to watch it. I want to watch
Check the
it.
scuffle.
But when he pushed the finger in the man, when he pushed the man hand with his finger,
I
that's
have no idea.
disrespectful. And I punch him too.
Hey, he leg up box at him, boy. Jonathan Allen. Leg up box.
You don't put your finger in no big man face, right? You crazy? All right, so tomorrow the Saints.
Yo, Alan driving my box, boy. You don't play rugged, are you crazy?
Leg up box.
So tomorrow is the Dolphins and the Saints. The Saints are playing the third string quarterback, a rookie. With that Dolphin defense, I think they're gonna tee off on the Saints. And two have been playing a pretty good game lately.
But they won't
The
beat the Saints.
Dolphins find this right. They found a game plan to work with Tua, and they're playing good football now. Tua and no Tua is actually looking like a first round pick.
Right.
So
And the Dolphins right outside. The Dolphins are right outside the playoff picture.
Boy, they're right outside.
Yeah. They're right in it.
They're right in it. They're 7-7. If they win, they'll be 8-7.
Correct.
They beat the Ravens too, right?
I think they beat the Ravens too. Yeah.
Yeah, they
so
did.
they beat the Ravens. They're moving right up in that 7th seed.
So Tuesday show, we'll talk about the Monday night game. We'll recap.
Look how crazy NFL is. A couple weeks ago, the Patriots were number 1. They all the way down to number 6.
Yep.
Crazy. The Chiefs are now in the number 1 spot.
Yep.
But
not by much. Not by much, still.
That's it. No. That's it.
Not
They
by
hold the
much.
number 1 spot. Who gonna take it from them?
Tennessee.
I don't think so.
Who gonna take it from them?
Tennessee could take it from them. If they lose and Tennessee win,
Chiefs
they tie.
schedule.
But didn't they play? I think they played Tennessee. Who got a tiebreaker? They played Tennessee this year, you know.
Tennessee beat them.
So Tennessee got
Tennessee
tiebreaker.
got a
So if
tiebreaker.
they lose, if the Chiefs lose, Tennessee win. Tennessee take the number 1 seed.
Yeah, the
Hey,
Chiefs.
that's one team that you don't even hear the analysts talk about Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Don't get the love that them
Okay,
deserve,
but hold on.
guy.
Tennessee got to play Miami next week.
That's gonna be a good game.
The Chiefs got to play the Bengals. Oh boy.
Bengals next week.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be a good game.
All right, week
How
18.
is that a 1 o'clock game? How do you have that as a 1 o'clock game?
Week 18.
Because you know why? Because at the start of the season, nobody thought the Bengals would do what they were doing. So they thought that was a wash game. But maybe they'll get flex every time.
Hey, hold on. The Chiefs got 2 big games that coming up here.
Who?
The Bengals and the Broncos.
Not the Broncos, man. Shit.
Now with Julak at quarterback.
Not gonna rate the Broncos, man.
Teddy out for the season?
Yeah,
But he got concussion here.
but even Teddy playing, they're gonna rate the Broncos.
But remember, even if the shit water was there, the 2 gloves, he can't do
They're gonna rate the
nothing.
Broncos, man. That's a win right there.
Okay, but Tennessee playing Miami next week, and then they're playing Houston the last week. But if Kansas City lose that game against Cincinnati,
If it was Cincinnati,
and Tennessee
if
beat
they
Miami,
lose Cincinnati.
Tennessee take the number 1 seed.
But I think Kansas City now playing good football. They got they found
Yeah,
their stride.
I ain't think
I
they
just
got-
saying.
I think Kansas City went out. They're moving into the playoffs hot.
Yeah. We'll see
Boro
what
playing
happens.
good ball too.
Yeah, both playing good ball. It's gonna be a good matchup.
That's why I said, and this is going back to Srini point, your point, KG. This is why everybody gonna be playing their starters till that last week.
Right.
I would say the one good thing the NFL did was switch up the way the schedules was and make the
Division
last
games that down to
games
the end.
divisional. Yes,
Yeah,
because
division
they
games down to
realized
the end.
that people were benching them starters and you don't matter. But no, you have to play for that seed.
Divisional games and conference games down in the end.
Yep. Very good. All right, guys. You know, we didn't do last week that we have to make sure we do this week. I know last week was kind of like a, festive. We forgot to do, on the Tuesday show, we forgot to do the worst.
Suck matter what?
Yeah, the suck matter what and But this week, we got to make sure to do it on Tuesday. And I was telling KG at the beginning of the show, I had 49ers in my runnings for the suck team of the week until the Chargers came and stunk up the joint today.
No, that means you watch the Panthers game.
Yeah, but again, I don't go off for expectations. Not
No.
perform. I go off for expectations. But you came into the week knowing that the Panthers were gonna lose.
But
That
they
was
still
your
suck
mindset.
bad.
Yeah,
It's,
but you know
It's how you lose. The offensive line is my trash bag of the week. Trash bag.
That's like going into the game knowing the Jaguars gonna lose. The Jaguars get blank, and you still want to give them the trash bag.
No, but you see, my thing with the Chargers is they've done the same thing already for the year. Games that they're supposed to win. They played somebody that was supposed to be a whitewash, and they lost two. Some game they disappointed. The team is inconsistent. That's the main thing.
Right.
So it's not like it's a total shock that they lost because they lost to another team earlier in the season too that we said it was a walk in the park.
Right.
It just happens to them. My thing is when I give my trash bag, it's just even if I don't think you're gonna win, you gotta have some type of fight. And the way that the line was, that is the fight there. Oh,
But my son better want to go to the Chargers.
Mike go to the
The
Chargers.
whole Chargers organization.
Yeah, Mike go to the Chargers too, but we're gonna see. Because Arizona
Washington-
stick on the agenda again.
Why they can't go to the why they can't go to the Washington for being down 40-7 at halftime? Why they can't go to Pittsburgh for being down 50-0 at halftime and them kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
they gotta be the Chargers? It ain't that you
Yeah, but-
lost,
yeah,
it's
but
how
the
you
Chargers-
lose.
These teams are playing good football teams. The Chargers are playing the Texans.
Yeah, but
No. You are a playoff team playing a team that's worse than you. Statistically and talent-wise.
Yep.
man, the
So
Texans
no,
are
that's-
the
that's-
Texans
that's-
are
that's-
that.
I
That's
can't
no
go.
excuse.
I
That's
go
no
after
excuse.
I going after expectations. The Chargers were playing. The Chargers.
You
that's
have
like,
an elite
that's like,
quarterback. You
Right.
have two elite
So
wide
why
receivers. You have a
Arizona
great
can't
running
get
back.
trash bag of the week?
they're close. They should almost, but they were
Sure.
playing the Colts too, right?
Yeah, they were playing the Colts.
They were playing the Colts too, so I put that into
But
perspective.
they had a little fight. The Chargers, they had no fight.
Right. The Cardinals.
No,
were
man,
They
playing-
won
lad.
29. You give that fight to the Texans?
You know, man, we were watching. He get pick 60 with a minute 57.
I
That
do
was
not
That
driving.
care.
don't mean nothing.
I
That
do
don't mean
not
that.
care.
My trash bag could be Minnesota. They had Stafford get 3 picks and still lose.
That's
The
true.
offense is a trash bag. Then you got to get a trash bag to the offense. So I ain't just going with the
Yeah, but
trash.
you-
That's
but
too
you-
easy. That's
No,
too
no, no, no.
easy.
You
I'm
got
giving-
positive vendetta. You got positive vendetta against Zimmer though.
Oh no, I like Zimmer.
You,
But what I'm
oh,
trying
yeah,
to
oh, you
say,
like
what
Zimmer? You said Zimmer getting fired this year.
No, remember, I said Zimmer getting fired there. I just feel they need a new vice there. But you think I wouldn't take Zimmer Carolina? The man knows how to coach. But remember, when you're there for a sudden world, you just time you get. The only person that'll stay there long term and don't got move is Bill Belichick. But Zimmer there like 8-9 years now.
I think Dallas made a statement in this game. You know?
They're making a statement.
They just score again.
They're making a statement in this game.
Who score?
Cooper.
Cooper.
Dallas making a statement in this game.
So what I telling are you? So why Washington can't be a trash bag for going up?
Yeah, Washington too.
4-1,
No,
7
no,
at
they ain't running.
halftime.
They ain't running. They ain't running right now.
Look here, I don't care what nobody say. That's a full-time score, and you still got a whole other half.
Yeah, I think Dallas benching starters after this.
Exactly. So I don't want to hear nothing. That should be a trash bag score.
Dak is having a hell of a game.
He needs to stop scoring. Give me some more field. Give Zolan some field goals.
Dak is having a hell of a game. Jeez.
All right.
So we are good. Tuesday we're gonna wrap up the week.
Yep.
And then look at what's to come on Thursday night, and then we'll go from there.
And we go from there.
Yep.
Yes, sir. So
All right, guys.
All right.
sign off from now, and we see each other Tuesday with our trash bag awards.
Trash bags.
What awards is again is trash bag best player at each conference.
Yeah,
Mhm.
trash bag of the week and game balls of the week.
Yeah. All right, guys. Sign up.
All right.
All right.
Peace out.
Yes, sir. Take it easy.